All right, we're live. What's up, everyone? KATX producer Bryce here, and we are covering a special tornado warning right now, just south of San Angelo, Texas. So right outside of Mason County in our KATX viewing area, but we are monitoring this storm in case it does enter our viewing area, and hopefully in which case we'll be able to get our good friend David on the air. Um, and of course, we're in contact with him and all the other meteorologists, or all the other forecasters here. But we are monitoring a tornado warning. This storm has weakened, but now that we're on the air, but still a very strong and dangerous storm here, just sort of northwest of Menard, Texas. So we are monitoring this storm, and of course, I'll be monitoring the live chat as well. So if you guys have any questions about this storm, um, we will be able to answer it. All right, so I'll go ahead and read out this warning here. Of course, it has been downgraded. It is weakened, but we do believe it could produce a tornado again. So still treat this as you would if there was a tornado on the ground. And I'm just making sure that we have the latest warning pulled up for this. Just one moment here. Of course, there is a severe thunderstorm warning to the north for strong winds and hail, and of course a tornado is possible as well. We don't want to rule that out. But let's go ahead and try to get sort of a direction on this if possible, as well as some timing here. If you're looking at US 190, we're looking at about 30 minutes until impact here. This thing is moving really slow, mostly south now. I believe at about 15 miles an hour. But we're still seeing a strong little couplet here. I'll go ahead and illustrate it here for you guys. This is kind of the area that we're watching for a potential tornado. Of course, we are monitoring this closely. Of course, Chief Forecaster David will be on the air if this does impact our viewing area. We will make sure to bring him on. But yeah, tornado warning right now for Schleicher, Tom Green, and Menard counties. And we are continuing to keep an eye on the scans here. Again, dangerous situation here, just sort of west of Menard. Go ahead and loop the radar here so you guys can see what we're looking at here. Again, moving generally south now. It was moving southeast, but it seems to have really turned south. But the cell definitely seems to have lost structure just a few scans ago. This was 15 minutes ago, a much more impressive storm. And now seems to kind of, seems to be overperforming here, and it's just kind of fallen apart. So that is why the PDS tornado warning was dropped in favor of just this regular one. This still is a very dangerous situation. And is that our latest velocity scan? Yes, it is. Definitely not as strong of rotation as we were seeing just a little while ago. But still keeping a very... Oh, yeah. Oh, we just lost that completely. This is the latest scan here on the velocity. And it appears that couplet is gone. But still something to keep an eye on. And this is our latest reflectivity scan. Again, you can definitely see the structure of the storm has definitely fallen apart. And I'm getting word now from David, actually, that we are tracking a new severe watch in the KATX viewing area, so we'll keep an eye out for that. I don't think that watch has loaded in yet on our area, but here I'll go ahead and pull up our viewing area. As you can see right now, nothing really happening in the KATX viewing area. That's why Chief Forecaster David is not on the air right now, but we did think it was necessary to go ahead and keep an eye on this storm, again, southeast of San Angelo, Texas, just in case it moves into our viewing area. We want to make sure you guys are weather aware. And again, once that severe watch that was just issued populates on our screen, I will make sure we pass that information on to you guys. I believe David said new severe watch for Mason County. Again, once we have that watch up, I will make sure that gets to you guys. Yep, nothing on our end yet. I'll make sure I refresh it here. It may take a few minutes for the watch to populate. All right, we just got a new radar scan in. Again, right now, we're tracking this from the San Angelo radar, which is the closest radar to this storm. Also, kind of our best look at it. It's a bit too far away for EWX. Let's take a look here at the velocity, see what's going on inside of the storm, and it's still trying. But it definitely looks less impressive than it did a few minutes ago. We definitely have kind of lost that little couplet that we're looking for of green and red, which tends to indicate really strong, well-developed rotation. And now instead we're just kind of looking at broad rotation in this storm, which is a good sign. That means it is a lot less likely that there is a tornado on the ground. But still some strong hail. Let's go ahead and pull up our hail tracker here. Obviously, hail is not our #1 concern in a situation like this, but it is a concern. And this is what the hail tracker is showing us here. We're looking at maybe 2-inch hail inside of this storm. So what, maybe ping pong size hail and pockets of it. You can also take a look here at the correlation coefficient here, another thing that we kind of look for when tracking these tornadoes, and I don't really see any indicators of that this thing has produced a tornado, but it really looked like it was going to just a few radar scans ago. But we are continuing to monitor this storm southeast of San Angelo, Texas, capable of producing a tornado, and still tornado warned until 7:30 p.m. So another 5 more minutes on this tornado warning. We'll see if it gets extended or not. And again, this is northwest of Mason County, which is in our KATX viewing area. Again, there was a new watch issued. For some reason, it is not populated on our map here. New severe thunderstorm watch. unfortunately does not seem to have populated to our KATX weather map here, but once it does, we will show that to you. And in the meantime, I'll see if I can pull it up here on the National Weather Service website in the meantime. I don't see that watch on their website either for Mason County. I see a mesoscale discussion, but no watch. I will have to talk to David behind the scenes about that. But yeah, nothing to report back on the National Weather Service website. All right, back to this tornado warning, since this is our focus for at least the next 5 more minutes here. And again, the area that we have been watching seems to have fizzled out. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued, mostly for Menard County here. And we'll go ahead and pull up the details of that. 2-inch size hail possible. Let me see here what David's got. David's got some more information for me to pull up, and that I will pass along to you guys. That is a hazardous weather outlook, I believe, David. Yeah, that's a oh wait, what is that? Oh, weird. Pink, yeah, the pink does include it. I wonder why it's not included on my map then. Oh, there it is, it just updated. Of course it did. Alright, thank you. Sorry about that, David. Alright, severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. This now includes Mason County in our KATX viewing area. That is weird that it didn't populate for so long, but that's okay. And again, that is mostly because of the proximity of this storm cluster to Mason County. So we are going to keep an eye on Mason County as this storm progresses into Mason County. And if things do get severe, we will pass it on over to Chief Forecaster David for a live weather update. But again, severe thunderstorm watch for Mason County until 10 p.m. All right, 3 more minutes left here on this tornado warning. I imagine they're going to let this thing expire. I don't really see anything that impressive on these radar scans. But you never know. Sometimes they do like to be cautious. But again, we are tracking this thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Again, mostly west of Menard, Texas. And if things get any worse, we will let you guys know. But yeah, definitely looking at these last few radar scans, it does seem to have lost a lot of the storm structure that made this storm so impressive. Again, this was about 30 minutes ago. A really strong, impressive thunderstorm, and you can kind of see here it just kind of fizzled out. But there's still some heavy hail, which is why this is severe thunderstorm warned. And that severe thunderstorm warning does include a tag for a possible tornado. So this thing is still very much capable of producing a tornado. Even if it doesn't look like it is right now in these latest radar scans, that doesn't mean it can't recycle. So treat this as you would a tornado warning. Make sure you are in a safe place, interior room. And weather radio ready in case the power does go out. But again, dangerous storm here near Menard, Texas. 1 more minute left here on this tornado warning. We did just get a radar scan in. Let's take a look. There's definitely some gusty winds in here. I'll go ahead and get some wind gust counts for you guys from the radar here. Looking maybe 30 miles an hour. 45 maybe in some places. It's definitely very gusty, but again, that tornado warning has just expired as it is now 7:30 p.m. local time. And it is now just a severe thunderstorm warning. So with that, we now switch over our coverage here. We are monitoring this severe thunderstorm, again, just outside of our viewing area. It's producing some pretty nasty hail. Although this latest scan here of our hail tracker is definitely a lot less impressive than it was a few minutes ago. We're looking at maybe 1-inch size hail. I would say maybe isolated parts could be 2 inches. Again, all of this is along US 190 west of Menard, Texas. And all of this is southeast of San Angelo, Texas. And the storm is generally moving in a sort of southeasterly direction. South-southeast. Let's zoom in here. Of course, we don't have our county level roads since this is outside of our viewing area, but again, it is along US 190 west of Menard, Texas. Some pretty big hail there. And we'll switch back on over to our regular reflectivity. All right, looks like Chief Forecaster David is in our live studio. We're going to go ahead and switch it on over to him in just a moment here. Just 1 second while we get everything set up.
Hey guys, Chief Forecaster David here. We're live covering severe weather for you. Tornado warning, thankfully, was allowed to be expired. We did have a confirmed tornado just outside of the viewing area, but that has, again, stayed to the northwest of our area, so that is some good news. If you guys have reports of damage or anything like that, make sure to check me on those socials as you guys saw on the screen right there. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Menard area right now. Again, this is just outside of the viewing area, but just to the north, or this is actually to the west, northwest of the area. What the new high-res computer model data has been showing us is that this storm here in particular will stay to our south, but it may actually move a little bit southeast, which is something we'll have to keep our eyes on very closely. So again, I apologize for my terrible camera quality and the glitching right now. I'm working on a new little setup over here, so again, my fault here. But here again, we do have some looks like this is some increasing rotation. I'm pretty confident there may be a new tornado warning that may get issued here soon. Again, the storm has really tightened up here, so again, there's no way a new tornado warning does not get issued. But again, but definitely an area of rotation. We will continue to monitor this very closely. Again, stay tuned to KATX Plus as we have live coverage all right here on the air. But if we get a warning or anything like that, me and Bryce will keep you guys up to date. So I'll throw it back to Bryce here with continuing coverage. I will come back if I really have to. I get a company right now, so it's a little hard doing weather coverage right now. That's why I'm not on the air right now. But Bryce will continue taking over. If it gets really bad, I will come back. So again, thank you for joining. And yeah.
All right, thank you, David. I will go ahead and... All right, I'm gonna mute in the Discord call so I can continue coverage. Nothing yet. Oops. Nothing yet. No tornado warning yet. Alright, sounds good. Let me know. Alright, thank you, Chief Forecaster David. Okay, I gotta put on my headphones then because they can hear you. Alright. We will resume our coverage in just one moment again. Tightening rotation here just west of Menard, Texas. We're keeping a close eye on this. Stay tuned to KATX Plus for more coverage. Alright, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to KATX continuing coverage here. We are monitoring a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado in Menard County, Texas, near Menard. This is right now right along US 190 west of Menard, Texas. This storm has produced a tornado and has had a history of tornado warnings. It is certainly packing a lot of heavy hail. And again, I am not Chief Forecaster David, but he is here monitoring in the studio as well and will come back if needed. Again, the storm is outside of our viewing area, but it is fairly close, so we are keeping an eye on it, and we'll let you guys know if anything impacts our area. But again, this is outside of our area for the time being. And again, this storm is definitely in the process. Yes. And yes, speaking of our viewing area, we do want to just very quickly remind you that we do have a new severe thunderstorm watch. This includes Mason County, and this is until 10 p.m. So definitely want to make sure you are weather aware in Mason County, as these storms will be rolling into your area within the next few hours. And they are, of course, very severe. All right, 7:40 p.m. here. There is no tornado warning on this storm at this time. There does seem to be some rotation, but it doesn't seem to be very well developed. This storm has definitely kind of been all over the place the past few scans. I'll go ahead and back it up so you guys can see here. Last few scans here on the radar. Actually, it seems to be glitching out. That's annoying. Little bit of a radar glitch. Sorry about that, guys. It does look like, yes, our new scan is in here. We can continue to monitor this for any potential rotation. I'm not really seeing anything in particular that seems to indicate strong, well-organized rotation here, and I don't think the National Weather Service is either, and that would be why this does not have a tornado warning at this time. I also imagine at this point there's probably a lot of storm spotters in this area, since this storm has produced tornadoes in the past, and so I imagine the National Weather Service can get confirmation if there is a tornado fairly quickly in this area. I'm sure there is a lot of storm chasers tracking this one down. If you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to leave them in our YouTube chat. We are keeping an eye on that. Again, Chief Forecaster David is in the studio here, and he will join us when needed. But again, no tornado risk at this time. Or no tornado warning at this time, I should say. But this thunderstorm is definitely capable of producing one. All right, while we continue to talk about the severe thunderstorm warning, let's also keep an eye on the hail tracker. There's hail all over this thing. We're looking at maybe hail in 1 inch to 2 inch in diameter. And that would be in the red area that you see on screen here. Try to get some local roads in here as well. Though they don't seem to have loaded in on our map. That's unfortunate. But again, all of this hail right now, pretty widespread across the Menard area and along US 190 west of Menard as well. So definitely don't want to be driving in this if you are near the Menard area. Might be best to pull over and let this one pass. All right, taking a look at the latest scan here on our velocity. This storm is trying. It is definitely trying. That is all I will say about that. I will leave that to the professionals, what they want to make of this. But again, this thunderstorm has had a history of producing tornadoes. And it seems to be wanting to again. Whether or not it actually does remains to be seen. But right now, the area of rotation would be along US 190 west of Menard, Texas. And if this thing does to go tornado warned, we will let you know. Go ahead and pull up our radar loop at this time so you guys can see the general direction of this storm has been moving over the past hour. Again, kind of a mostly southerly direction now. It was kind of moving southeast, but now it seems to be just going directly south almost. But we are monitoring a potentially dangerous severe thunderstorm here, capable of producing a tornado in the area of Menard, Texas. (7:45 p.m. local time). We did have a tornado warning on this storm that expired, about 15 minutes ago now. This storm is severe thunderstorm warned mostly for hail, but a tornado is possible. Oh, I might need to restart it on my end then. Alright, I'm restarting it now for you, David. Alright, 7:46 p.m. now. We just got our new scan in. Here on the velocity. Not entirely too sure what to make out of this. It is definitely unorganized at this time. That's all I will say about that. This is an unorganized system. I'm going to deafen because I can't hear. There we go. All right, let's make sure we got our latest scan up here. I don't know. Just one second, guys. Dealing with some stuff behind the scenes here, but again, we are monitoring this severe thunderstorm warning near Menard, Texas. All right, hopefully we'll be getting Chief Forecaster David in on the stream again shortly. Looks like we just got another new scan in here, so radar is updating fairly quickly here. Again, we're kind of watching a sort of unorganized set of rotation here along US 190. We're kind of looking at this little couplet. I'll go ahead and draw on the screen so you guys can see. Kind of keeping an eye on this area right here for any potential rotation. It's just not very well organized, and it seems to be really struggling. And so that is why I believe this is not tornado warned by the National Weather Service at this time. And again, like I was saying earlier, there's definitely a lot of storm spotters on this storm as well, because it has produced, I believe, a confirmed tornado earlier. Of course, if anything changes with this storm, we will let you know. But again, it seems to have moved mostly kind of south here of US 190. our little couplet of rotation. If there is anything, it would kind of be in this area right here. But I imagine a lot of gusty winds. What I don't really like, and of course Chief Forecaster David knows a lot more about this, but what I don't really like is on radar, I am seeing a little bit, just a tiny little bit of an inflow notch right there. And so that kind of is sort of like the entry point for a lot of the winds and fuel. Everything, sort of the storm juice that this would need if it wanted to rotate. So again, keeping an eye on that, sort of a telltale sign of rotation. But of course, if anything changes with this storm, we will let you know. We are keeping a very close eye on this because it has produced a tornado and is definitely capable of dropping one again. Alright everyone, Chief Forecaster David is back here in the studio with another update. Hopefully the camera issues have been resolved. We'll toss it on over to him.
All right, there's a big time shadow there. I'm gonna stand still here real quick so he can cut that out. Here, but just a second. While he does that, I'm gonna fix some things over here. Still got that shadow. Let me turn on my other light. Hopefully that resolved. Now I'm very pixelated. All right. What I'm gonna do is second, y'all. So.
Alright everyone, producer Bryce here. Welcome back everyone to KATX's live continuing coverage. We're keeping a close eye here on severe thunderstorms near San Angelo, Texas. This one is moving more towards the Junction area. I feel like I should start mentioning Junction just in case anyone is in the Junction area or is maybe you know someone in the Junction area. This storm is headed your way. So if you're in the Junction area, you need to be keeping a close eye on this storm. It has a history of producing tornadoes. It is definitely capable of producing tornadoes, and even if it does not, it's still got 2-inch hail in there, so ping pong ball size hail. And this thing, with each radar scan, is looking more and more developed. So definitely want to keep a close eye on this. It is severe thunderstorm warned at this time. No tornado warning at this time, but we are keeping an eye out just in case there is any rotation. I've been kind of saying it's been very broad and undeveloped rotation wise, and that seems to be what we're seeing with this latest scan here. But for those of you who are maybe new, oops, sorry about that, David. David is the behind the scenes there, getting all set up for when he joins. But for those of you who might be new, of course, right now this is our velocity. It tracks the winds inside the storm. And of course, the reds that you're seeing on the radar are wind moving away from our radar site, and the greens are moving towards the radar site. And generally, what we're looking for when we're looking for tornadic rotation is we're looking for a kind of couplet of red and greens together, and that seems to indicate tornadoes. And yeah, I mean, there's red and green all over the place, but it's not well developed. It's not well formed. This thing is definitely trying, but it's mostly just a bunch of gusty winds moving all over the place, I would say. But again, the sort of problematic rotation area that we have been watching is now moving south of US 190, but this is now sort of southwest of the Menard area. And again, if anything changes with this storm, we will continue to let you know. It's looking really impressive here on our reflectivity. Sorry about that, David. I accidentally threw him back up on the screen again. Yeah, it looks really good on our reflectivity, but it looks a lot less impressive on the velocity, and that is why this is definitely a severe thunderstorm, but it's not a tornadic thunderstorm. But we will keep an eye on it, and if this does go tornado warned again, of course, we will let you know. Really impressive thunderstorm complex here, but it just does not seem to be producing a tornado at this time, which is good news for everyone in this area. But again, if you're in the Junction area, I would definitely be keeping an eye on this as this is coming your way, and it really doesn't seem to be showing any signs of weakening at this time. It's almost sort of recycling itself. It looks really unimpressive, about 30 minutes ago when the tornado warning expired. It really looked not that impressive on radar, but I mean, we're seeing a pretty strong hail core in this thing now. I'll go ahead and pull up our KATX hail tracker here. And yeah, we're looking at 2-inch size hail in this thing. Yeah, 2 inches there in the purple, 1 inch maybe in the reds there on your screen. But again, a widespread hail event near the Menard, Texas area at this time. And if this does produce a tornado, of course, we will let you know. But that doesn't seem to be something that we are watching closely for at this time, as there's just... Oh! Okay. It's looking a little bit more developed on this latest scan. Let's back this up a little bit. Last two scans looking a bit more impressive, where we're kind of seeing this bright pink area and the bright greens. There's definitely something to look for on velocity now, whereas there wasn't maybe 10 minutes ago. But again, no tornado warning at this time. If one is issued, we will let you know. I believe Chief Forecaster David is trying to get in on this. David, I cannot hear you if you're trying to talk to me. But yeah, again, watching for the potential of a tornado near the Menard area. Again, we're kind of just using this velocity to track and see what is there. But yeah, it wasn't looking very impressive on radar until the last few scans. The last few scans have looked really good. Of course, I believe we have a new one once again. Yes, we do. That might be the same velocity scan. That's my bad. But the latest reflectivity looks really impressive. Again, we have been kind of keeping an eye on this inflow notch I was talking about earlier. This is almost like storm juice that's coming on in. and typically a pretty strong indicator of rotation. But again, National Weather Service doesn't seem to be thinking that this is producing a tornado at this time. All right, quick check here, see if David is ready. David is still really laggy, and I cannot hear him still, so I will... Okay, I can hear him now. David, you there? Okay. All right. I'm gonna bring you on in so our viewers can see you. There you go.
Does it look? I was like,
Yeah, it's still really
can you hear
laggy.
me? Um,
All right.
I
Looks
guess
like
it's
David is still frozen, unfortunately. So we'll take him off the screen. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. All right. 8 p.m. now. 8 p.m. now here in the Central Texas area. We are monitoring. David, you are muted right now. KATX. Alrighty, 8 p.m. everyone. We are monitoring a very severe thunderstorm near the Menard area. David, I cannot hear you at all. I'm gonna have to turn you down in my ears. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties with David's internet. Yes, I got you now. Okay, please tell me you did. Yeah, you're looking much better. Alright. Bringing you in. Alright, everyone, Chief Forecaster David is back. Might be a little laggy, but it'll sort itself out. Go ahead and take it from here, David.
yes. Hopefully my mic doesn't cut out. That's the most important thing. All right, so guys, you guys see, look at the white. Oh, that blue has some very large hail. Of course, the camera is being weird. But some very large hail being reported here across the Menard area right now. We have, what we having? Greater than quarter size hail possibly with this. So I guess ping pong size hail. Also, one thing I want to note is new radar scan just came in. Any rotation were to happen, it would be in this general area. So let's go ahead and switch over to velocity here as we have a little hook that has developed here. As you guys can see here, this is the area of rotation. So again, pretty decent area, or pretty large area, I would say, with some rotation at this time. And then what is this pink you see? That is gusty winds. All right, I gotta throw it back to you. Go back to you.
Cool. Alright, I'm taking it from here then. David is currently a little bit busy right now, so we're going to pull him off the screen. Again, this is the area that we were watching. Storm Chaser WX and WS, welcome to our YouTube stream. Thanks for saying hello. Hope you are staying safe tonight in this very interesting weather night. Make sure you guys are staying safe. Make sure you're checking on any loved ones you might have in the path of these storms. But again, very broad rotation in the storm. It looks way more impressive on our reflectivity scans than it does. It's got like almost like a nice hook. I'll go ahead and try to illustrate this for you guys. But it does have a nice little hook. And again, I've been telling you guys about the inflow notch. It looks really impressive on our reflectivity, but when we head on over to the velocity scans and actually look at the winds inside the storm, a lot less impressive. So again, severe thunderstorm warning here. Let me see here if I can pull up the time here until 8:30 p.m. Again, this is mostly impacting Menard County. Possibility of 2-inch size hail, which we have been seeing on the hail tracker. I'll go ahead and pull up that hail tracker once again, since hail is the main threat that we are watching right now in the storm. And again, yeah, that's about 1-inch size hail on the hail tracker. Maybe a little pocket there of 2 inches, right where we're seeing that purple kind of in the middle of the cell there. But again, the hail for the most part seems to be moving south now of US 190, so hopefully that road drivers can get going on it. But now we are kind of keeping an eye out for US 83, which is that north-south road that you see here on the screen. If you're driving along US 83, or maybe you live along that area here, need to keep an eye out for this because there are some gusty winds and some pretty decent sized hail in this storm. And again, if anything changes with it, we will let you know. But yeah, it looks really impressive on the reflectivity here. Not so impressive on velocity, and that would again be why this is not tornado warned. But this storm has had a history of producing tornadoes, so definitely keep an eye on this. Hello, G-Bro from South Bend, Indiana. Welcome to the KATX stream. We're monitoring the risk for tornadoes. And let's go ahead and just take a big picture zoom out here really quickly. And take a look here at the state of Texas. Again, we're kind of monitoring this big storm here in yellow right in the middle of your screen, but there's another one over here. We are also monitoring some storms near Weatherford, Texas. Could be some hail in those. And there's also a series of severe thunderstorms warnings stretching from Wichita Falls to Jacksboro, Texas. If you're in the Decatur area, definitely keep an eye out for these storms. And there's also a severe thunderstorm northwest of Amarillo. And then, of course, we've got some storms, another line of storms here developing as we go completely national here. Near Liberal, Kansas, Garden City. And, of course, Burlington, Colorado. Severe thunderstorm in your vicinity as well. Yeah, lots of storms tonight. Make sure you guys are staying weather aware. But again, we are mostly focusing our stream right now at this time on this cluster of storms near Menard, Texas, kind of moving into the Junction area. And I'll go ahead and turn back on our high resolution radar model for you guys. And again, I've been kind of saying for the past few minutes here, if you're in the Junction area, definitely need to keep an eye on the storm. If you have any loved ones in this area, make sure you send them the stream. We're monitoring this storm right here. History of producing a tornado. It's been tornado warned in the past, but a lot less impressive than it was. But definitely some gusty winds and some large hail in this storm. Of course, we are pulling up the radar scans as we get them from the radar site in San Angelo, Texas. And I'll go and pull up the radar loop really quickly here so you guys can see kind of the general direction that this storm is moving. Again, kind of south-southeast. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. Again, I'm filling in for Chief Forecaster David. He seems to be having some internet problems right now. We will get him back as soon as possible so he can guide you guys through this storm. Again, severe thunderstorm warning, Menard County, Texas, and the Menard area for ping pong ball size hail. Again, lots of information we're keeping track in the background here. I imagine there are a lot of storm chasers on this storm. I'm going to kind of see if there are any other radar sites that we might want to take a peek at here. This storm is closest to the San Angelo radar, but there are two other sites that we can check here for a better angle. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now in the background to kind of see if there are any better insights we can gain on the storm, but it definitely seems like the Santa Angelo radar is our best look at it. And what we are seeing right now is just sort of a broad rotation there, but it is definitely trying to develop a hook. And this could go tornado warned at any time. Again, history of producing a tornado. If I were in this area, I would be treating this storm as if it could drop a tornado at any moment. So definitely, if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning, treat it as if you would a tornado warning. It is definitely an impressive, dangerous storm. And I will send... We're going to get head forecaster Zane in here as well as we are monitoring this storm. He can provide some insights as well. Let me get him a link to join. Bear with us just one moment, guys. Okay. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to leave. That's my bad. There we go. All right, pulling that back up. All right, cool. Zane will be here shortly, joining us on the stream as well. Let's take a look here at the latest velocity scan. This latest velocity scan, I would say it is still impressive, but not tornado warning impressive. Let me see here. Yeah, definitely. Yep, I got you. All right, Chief Forecaster David there in the background. And then, David, will you be joining us? All right. Yeah, your live studio might need to be refreshed, David. All right, really quickly here while David's still in the background, we will pull up the hail tracker. And again, same story that we've been kind of talking about all night here with the hail tracker, and that is 2-inch in diameter sized hail right there in that core in purple. It might need to be refreshed on my end, David. And I just refreshed it, give it a moment. Really quickly though, while we have a little bit of a break in the action, let's go ahead and make sure we inform our KATX viewers about the severe thunderstorm watch for one county in our area, and that is Mason County. So if you're in Mason County, make sure you are weather aware tonight. Severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. Again, these storms will be rolling towards your vicinity shortly. Again, if you're in Mason County, oopsies, David, you are on the screen. All right, so then let me know when you're ready to join in, David. It's great. All right, David, you're joining in right now you are live. All right, everyone, Chief Forecaster David.
All right, so we can get this little glitch off real quick. All right, so again, we're tracking a severe thunderstorm warning here. Oh, okay, a severe warning in Monroe County right now, out into the west of the KATX viewing area. This does have a severe thunderstorm warning tag with it. There is a severe thunderstorm watch, if you guys notice, that is over towards Mason County, where we do have a severe watch in that viewing area, then a tornado watch, that red box just off to our north. But again, definitely a concerning storm just to the west of Menard for sure. I mean, this has a little hook. My bad.
All right, David is a little busy at the moment. We will let him deal with that. I went ahead and muted you, David. Alrighty. So again, we are continuing to monitor this severe thunderstorm. Looks like we've been a couple of scans out of date. Sorry about that. This is the latest radar scan right now. We'll take a look at it on velocity. Again, broad rotation on velocity, but not very impressive. We're mostly just monitoring this massive hail core, really. South of US 190. Sort of southwest of the Menard, Texas area. I see your message, Storm Chaser, about the Discord invite. Let me see if I can get you an invite to our Storm Team 5 Discord server. And I will post it in the chat. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. David, if you can hear me, the invite on our YouTube page does not work. So that may need to be updated. But I'll see if I can put it in the chat, or maybe David will. Latest hail tracker scan seems to have diminished, but again, the hail tracker is not very consistent from scan to scan. It kind of goes all over the place a little bit. So I'm not too excited about that. I don't think this is weakened significantly in the span of the past 2 minutes or so. Let me toss an invite. We'll see if YouTube will let me toss the invite link in the chat. I don't know if it will. It might have gotten flagged, but there you go. Invite to the Storm Team 5 Discord server. And if it didn't, then I'll just make sure, I'll make a note so our Chief Forecaster David can update that. Latest velocity scan. We're seeing really gusty winds here, maybe 60 miles an hour in some places. Oh yeah, 60 mile per hour gust, maybe 70 in some of those areas near the pink, which is very close to US 83. Definitely need to keep an eye on the wind gust if you are in this area. But again, if you're in the Junction area, you are not in a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. But this storm is severe and it is headed your way. So be monitoring this storm if you're not already. Large hail core, plenty of gusty winds, and a history of producing tornadoes. And the possibility of producing a tornado. But it doesn't seem, it's got all the ingredients, but it doesn't seem to have been able to. And again, I imagine there's a lot of storm chasers watching this storm at this time. Again, welcome to everyone who is watching on our YouTube stream over on KATX. Hope you are all having a fantastic evening. Whether you're just here because you love severe weather or maybe you're a little worried about the storms, we are keeping an eye on them. Again, this is the storm that we have focused our coverage on for the time being. It is just outside of the KATX viewing area. right now, mostly in Menard County at this time, but it is moving towards Junction and Interstate 10. And, but again, we are monitoring plenty of storms all over the state of Texas and even in Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. But again, we are focusing our coverage tonight on the storm. It has been tornado warned in the past. That's why we have been kind of switching over to the velocity view every now and then, just to keep an eye on what the winds are doing. But no tornado warning at this time. A tornado, I would say, is possible. So if you're in this area, be prepared. We always want to say, don't be scared, be prepared. But nothing too concerning at this time on the velocity scan. And as I've been saying for probably the past 45 minutes now, this storm looks a lot meaner and scarier on our reflectivity radar here than it actually does tornadic wise. This storm, again, has had really impressive form, although this latest scan is looking a little messy. But other than that, it doesn't seem to be doing much other than some fairly large hail. Ping pong ball size hail. Storm Chaser, my name on Discord is Brycero, Brycero. Alright, looks like just to the west of this, a new special weather statement has just been issued by the National Weather Service. And this includes just a little snippet of El Dorado, Texas. Again, this part of the storm hasn't been our focus, but it has been here all night. And this is for wind gusts of 50 miles an hour and a max hail size of 3/4 of an inch. But again, we are monitoring this severe thunderstorm near Menard, Texas. We have been keeping an eye on it now for just over an hour as it has rolled through this area here. And again, Chief Forecaster David is out tonight. He is a little bit busy. That's why I am filling in. But we should hopefully be getting head forecaster Zane in here shortly. To hopefully provide a little bit more interesting analysis, but I will do my best for the meantime. Again, this severe thunderstorm warning expires at 8:30 p.m. local times in about 8 minutes. I definitely imagine it will be renewed. And areas to watch for in that new severe thunderstorm warning, I would imagine this would extend as far south as Junction. This severe thunderstorm warning is moving south-southeast right towards Junction. Again, I've been saying it. If you're in the Junction area, you need to be keeping an eye on this. The storm is headed your way, and it is severe. Packing a heavy hail core. Could be pockets of 2-3 inches. And this little indicator right here on our radar is saying 3 inches. I haven't seen anything in quite a while that's been 3 inches. This latest scan on the hail tracker is saying 1 inch, sorry. So maybe the hail is going down. But again, we are keeping an eye on this storm as it tracks along this area west of US 83. Alright, new radar scan here. That means we'll keep an eye on the velocity. And that new velocity scan is in. And this is kind of what we're keeping an eye on here. We're looking out for any pockets of rotation. I would argue this area that I've kind of zoomed in on is where I would be keeping an eye on rotation. And I just don't see anything well developed enough, and it looks like the National Weather Service agrees. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning just issued here. I'll go ahead and pull up the full text of that and read that to you. Yep. All right, northern Kimball County and western Menard County. 2-inch size hail, 60-mile-per-hour gusts. Again, we do have a possible tornado tag as well on this severe thunderstorm warning. Again, I've been saying it all night. This storm has produced a tornado in the past, and is very capable of producing a tornado again. This now includes Junction, Texas. This is mainly very rural areas. But again, it does include Junction. And this also includes Interstate 10 between the mile markers of mile 439 and mile 458. So a good 20 miles or so of Interstate 10. So if you're driving along Interstate 10, keep an eye out for this severe thunderstorm. 2-inch size hail, 60-mile-per-hour gusts. Might be a good time to find a place to pull over, wait for this to pass. Again, severe thunderstorm warning, Kimball and Menard counties. We'll go ahead and pull up. We'll go ahead and get a graphic ready for you guys to share on socials and everything like that. And very large storm, very severe storm. This severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, expires 9:30 p.m. local time. Again, includes Kimball and Menard counties. Again, we're keeping an eye on 2-inch size hail in this storm, and the possibility of a tornado. And there is that severe thunderstorm warning graphic. I will pass this along to Chief Forecaster David to hopefully pop up on socials as well. But again, history of producing a tornado doesn't seem like one likely at this time, thankfully. But remain weather aware if you are in this area. Ooh, this latest scan is there's some heavy wind gusts there. Latest scan is a lot more impressive than it has been. There's been a pretty consistent couplet, but nothing well organized enough to warrant a tornado warning, I don't believe, at this time. But again, if the National Weather Service does issue a warning, we will let you know. You guys will be the first to know here on our KATX Storm Team 5 YouTube channel. All right, really quickly here, let's zoom out. Take another big picture look. This is our KATX viewing area. Nothing in the viewing area at this time. Again, we're monitoring that cluster of storms just off to our west of the viewing area. But also we're keeping an eye on the state of Texas in general. Plenty of special weather statements, which are you're seeing in light blue. But really only 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in the state of Texas at this time. We're looking at one near the Dallas area. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This was just issued about 10 minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago. This includes the metro area of Fort Worth, So we'll pivot our coverage over here really quick to take a look at this. See what the National Weather Service is concerned about here. We'll load up our high resolution radar for anyone in the Fort Worth area. It looks like they're mainly concerned about wind gusts here of 60 miles an hour. Let's see if we can find those wind gusts here on our velocity. And yep, there's some strong winds there right along US 377. See if we can get some numbers on that. And yes, 60 mile per hour wind gusts there. That is why we are looking at a severe thunderstorm warning sort of southwest of the Fort Worth area. Really interesting little cluster of severe thunderstorms there. But again, this warning does include the Fort Worth metro area, and it also includes Burleson. And it looks like it includes portions of Interstate 20 and Interstate 820, as well as Interstate 30 as well. So if you're driving along there, maybe keep an eye out for that severe thunderstorm warning. All right, that is one of the severe thunderstorms warnings that we're tracking here in Texas. The other one that we are tracking is near the San Angelo area, and this has been a really interesting storm all night. Let's go and switch back on over to our San Angelo radar. See if we can pull that high resolution radar back up. And again here, we're watching a severe thunderstorm warning. This one was issued 15 minutes ago. 1 inch size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. And this storm, I believe, has been moving consistently north. Yeah, this has been moving kind of northwest. And so this severe thunderstorm warning, very rural area here, but it does include a little sliver of US 87. So if you're in this area west of San Angelo, keep an eye on this storm. 60 mile per hour wind gust, 1 inch size hail. Those are the 3 severe thunderstorm warnings that we are tracking in the Texas area at this time. Oh, I'm sorry, there is a 4th, that's right, near Amarillo, Texas. This one is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and 1 inch size hail. We'll take a quick look at it here. We've got the time. See what the high resolution radar says about this. It looks like this storm moving along US 87. Again, 1 inch size hail, so we'll go ahead and pull up our hail tracker on this. Little pockets of hail, but it doesn't seem like hail is the main concern on this storm. I would imagine it would be wind, and that seems to be the case. 40 mile per hour in some pocket. I don't see any wind up to 60, but definitely is possible. And that storm, again, this is in between Amarillo and Dalhart, Texas, along US 87. All right, 30 of you now watching here on our KATX live coverage. Hope you all are having a great night. Tracking widespread storms here across mostly the Texas area, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning near Lawton, Oklahoma. I won't spend too much time on that, but I will read out the details of that. Again, we're looking at 60 mile per hour wind gust and 1 inch in diameter size hail. That storm also moving to the northeast. And then we're also watching a massive cluster of storms here in southwestern Kansas. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there and some special weather statements. And then there's also this line of storms. So we move up into northwestern Kansas and southern Nebraska. If you're in those areas, I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube streams keeping an eye on these storms as well. But again, our coverage tonight has mainly been focused down here near Junction, Texas, where we have been monitoring a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near the near the Junction area. We are keeping an eye on this from the San Angelo radar, as that is closest. There's been a pretty consistent hail core in this storm, and it has a history of producing a tornado. It's been tornado warned, and the severe thunderstorm warning tag does mention the possibility of a tornado, but we've been keeping a close eye on it, and the latest scans are concerning, but nothing too bad at this time. Again, no tornado warning on it at this time. But yep, we're keeping a close eye on this. Again, if you're near US 83, Interstate 10, Junction, definitely want to be monitoring this storm. Junction, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. I think hail is kind of our biggest concern. So let's pull up our hail tracker here. Try to get some numbers here on the hail. Again, a really impressive hail core in the storm. What it looks like is the hail tracker at this time is mostly seeing hail 1 inch size in diameter. A little pocket there of 2 inch size hail. So ping pong ball size hail. Right along sort of west of US 83 there. But all of this is coming towards the Junction area. So definitely want to be monitoring this storm if you are in that area. I would say structure-wise, we've been talking a lot about the structure of this storm because obviously at the beginning of our live stream, it was really impressive. We had a really nice hook. It was tornado warned. It was very obvious that this thing was producing a tornado. And over the past hour and a half that we've been tracking this thing, it's tried to develop nice structure, and then it's kind of fallen apart, and then tried to develop nice structure again, and now it's just kind of fallen apart again on the latest scan. But again, as this storm moves further away from the San Angelo radar, our kind of angle at it is not ideal, so at some point we will have to switch radar sites, as we are no longer getting the best angle at it. And so that's kind of one of the things that I'm kind of keeping an eye on in the background for you guys is how does this storm look on all the different radar sites, so that if there is maybe kind of a concerning look, maybe one of the radars has a better angle of it, we will switch over to that radar site and keep an eye on it. But I'm just doing a check right now in the background, and I don't like what I'm seeing from the New Braunfels radar. But it is kind of the same thing that we've been talking about, kind of a wide general rotation and nothing too concerning. And again, I imagine that there are all kinds of storm spotters and storm chasers monitoring this storm, keeping a very close eye on it. And if this thing did produce a tornado, there's, all kinds of chasers on it who would immediately report that to the National Weather Service. So not too worried about a tornado at this time. But again, it is capable of producing a tornado, definitely, for sure. But definitely hail the main factor to watch here. And gusty winds. Definitely gusty winds as well. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them in the YouTube chat. We are keeping an eye on the YouTube chat. Again, Chief Forecaster David is out right now. He's a little bit busy tonight, so I'm filling in, doing severe coverage for him. If he does come back, I'll throw it on over to him to kind of take the lead on the coverage. And we may be having head forecaster Zane Ferguson join us as well. But we are monitoring this severe thunderstorm warning. I will put the warning graphic back on the screen for you guys. This is the severe thunderstorm warning we've been talking about all night. And right now, in its current state, Kimball, Menard counties, Friday until 9:30 p.m. local time. And we're keeping an eye out for 2-inch size hail and the possibility of a tornado. Again, if you're in the Junction area, this is rolling in now over the next few minutes. You need to make sure you are indoors, not out on the roads. If you are out on the roads, you need to find a nice, safe place to stop Like I did mention earlier, this severe thunderstorm warning does cover about 20 miles or so of Interstate 10. So, need to make sure we're not out on the roads. Luckily, that is not, from my experience, not a very busy section of Interstate 10, especially not at this hour, but definitely not the night to be out on the roads in this area. Big severe thunderstorm in this area. All right, we should have a new scan here in just a few moments here. Or maybe we did just get it. And again, I'm going to back the radar scan up a little bit here. Just kind of see what we're looking at. I might want to look at this from a different radar site in the background really quick. Again, if this was too concerning, it would be tornado warned. There is no tornado warning at the time, at this moment. If this storm does go tornado warned, we will let you know. But I think the New Braunfels site has a pretty good look at it. Yeah, our San Angelo angle of this storm is definitely still the best in terms of quality. But as the storm kind of moves closer and closer to our viewing area, we may switch radar sites. All right, there we go. Latest scan is in here. Let's get some measurements here on the wind. Again, 60 mile per hour gust. Here's some 50 mile per hour gust, 50 mile per hour gust. So widespread 50 mile per hour wind gusts in this storm. We'll take a look at the latest reflectivity scan, showing a really impressive rain core and hail core. And that's kind of been the topic of tonight, is this hail core. Where you see the purple on your screen, we're looking at about hail of 2 inches just west of US 83. 2 inches in diameter, ping pong ball size hail on our KATX hail tracker. And then everywhere where you see in red, looking at 1 inch size hail. And maybe even 1.5 to 2 inches kind of along US 83 right now. So definitely don't want to be on US 83 at this hour. But the rain on the storm should be moving into the Junction area within the next few minutes. Next few minutes on the rain and Junction. Again, if anyone has any questions, maybe you want me to check on a particular area, particular storm, we will. But again, the topic of tonight's stream has been this storm as it moved through the Menard, Texas area and is now headed just a bullseye straight for Junction at this time. All right, new radar scan coming in shortly. Should populate any moment now, hopefully. I saw the data update, just waiting on the... Again, the little hail indicators are saying 3-inch size hail. I don't think 3 inches is... Yeah, issued on the warning. We do have a new flash flood warning. This was just issued about 3 minutes ago. That includes Menard. There's been a lot of heavy rainfall. Let's see if we can pull up our rainfall over the last hour here, and we'll get you guys some measurements on that. So let's turn that off and turn that on. Just waiting for the data to populate here. And let's get you guys some measurements, maybe 2 inches of rain as this very slow moving thunderstorm has moved across sort of the Menard area here. I'm seeing some areas 2.7 inches of rain. Others, definitely a widespread 2 inches of rain have fallen in this area. Again, this is over the past hour. So as we've been doing this stream, lots of rain in this area. Go ahead and pull that back down and pull back up our reflectivity. And that is the latest reflectivity scan. We'll pull up the velocity. Again, we're not seeing a tight couplet of rotation. Just a lot of gusty winds here on our velocity. So not super concerned about a tornado at this time. But it is definitely still possible, and this storm, it's definitely been acting like all night that it's wanted to produce a tornado. Just hasn't had all the right ingredients yet, thankfully. But again, this severe thunderstorm warning is headed right for Junction, Texas. Again, this is portions of Menard and Kimball counties here. Severe thunderstorm warning for another 45 minutes. Until 9:30 p.m. local time. Welcome everyone who's watching. You're watching KATX Storm Team 5 live special coverage here. We're keeping a close eye on storms just to the west of our viewing area. But if you have anyone in this area, now is the time to give them a call, check up on them. We are monitoring the possibility of a tornado. Again, no tornado warning at this time. I want to make that very clear. But this storm has had the history of producing a tornado. It has been tornado warned in the past. And it does have 2-inch size hail. So definitely want to be monitoring this storm. Make sure we're not out and about. It's time to just ride this one out. Again, this is the velocity. We're taking a look at the winds inside this storm over the past few minutes here. Go ahead and loop this radar so we can get a good look at it. Sort of get the big picture of what this storm has been trying to do for the past few minutes. And there's been a lot of gusty winds. Definitely sort of a well-developed couplet, as we've kind of been talking about, but no tornado warning at this time. And I've been kind of saying I don't think it's that well developed to produce a tornado at this time. We don't really have a hook anymore. We did maybe, about 40 minutes ago. Maybe not even that, 30 minutes ago. We had a nice little hook on radar, but this has definitely fallen apart once again. Tornadic wise, doesn't look as impressive on our reflectivity. But again, want to welcome everyone if this is your first KATX live stream. I am not Chief Forecaster David. I'm filling in for him at this time. He is a little bit busy tonight. Asked me to fill in, keep an eye on these severe storms. We're watching a lot of severe storms across the state of Texas, but this is the one that's had our eye for about the past 2 hours or so now. Definitely the one to be most concerned about here. Let's check our hail tracker once again. Again, where you see that purple, we're looking at 2-inch size hail. This is now moving very close to Junction, Texas. Moving ever so closely to Interstate 10. And wow, we're getting dangerously close to 4-inch size hail. according to our KATX hail tracker. This has been the strongest hail core we've seen tonight on this storm. And that sounds like head forecaster Zane joining our back channel chat. What's up, Zane? Again, keeping an eye on this hail. The severe thunderstorm warning is really only posted for 2-inch size hail, but our hail tracker is picking up hail stronger than that. And again, if anyone has any questions, comments, maybe you have a storm you want us to keep an eye on, make sure you let us know in the KATX live YouTube chat. And I will do my best to answer them. All right, let's take a quick break here and go big picture. Once again, of course, we're tracking several severe thunderstorm warnings across the state of Texas here as we're going bonus coverage mode here. Just briefly, want to make sure everyone knows what's going on. Of course, if you're in Fort Worth, Texas, we are keeping an eye on some severe thunderstorms. This storm is mainly warned for strong gusty winds of 60 miles an hour. Not really keeping an eye out for hail with this, but of course that is moving through the Fort Worth, Texas area at this time. And then of course we're also keeping an eye on some storms here northeast of Amarillo. This one's looking really impressive. Let's actually take a closer look at that. See what we can see here on our NextRad radar here. Taking a quick look at velocity, nothing too impressive there. So this is definitely a hail event. Again, 2-inch size hail and that storm on our KATX hail tracker. Good to just kind of keep an eye on that storm as well. If you are near the Wheeler area, this is right outside of the area, but sort of moving to the north of there along US 83. And then Canadian Texas as well. Another severe thunderstorm warning here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and hail up to 1 inch in size. And then, of course, closer to San Angelo, we've been watching this storm kind of track northeast. Let's switch back on over to our San Angelo radar real quick. And again, we're keeping an eye on, I believe, hail with this storm. No, I'm sorry, this was the wind one as well. So not really any hail on this one, but a lot of gusty winds. Let's get some measurements on that. 40 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour. Lots of wind to keep an eye on there with that storm. All right, sounds like head forecaster Zane is in our back panel. And he is ready to join us. Let me see here if I've got him. Yes, I do have you, Zane, if you want to say hello.
Hello.
Yep, I got you loud and clear.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yep, I got you. All right, it looks like the severe thunderstorm warning was just updated.
A new tornado warning.
Sorry, what was that, Zane?
We have a new severe thunderstorm. A new tornado warning for Kansas.
A new tornado warning in Kansas. All right, I see that. Let's pull up really quickly here. This is northeast of Scott City, Kansas. I'm gonna pick a good radar site here. Dodge City, that will do. See what this tornado warning is really quick. Let's go velocity here. Yep, little couplet. Is this a reported tornado or just radar indicated? Radar indicated. This warning expires 9:15 local time. Very rural area of Kansas, so not too concerned about that. Go ahead and shut that radar off. Again, we're going back to Junction, where our severe thunderstorm warning has been updated. Now, this is where we have been focusing our attention for the past 2 hours now. The severe thunderstorm rolling into the Junction area. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning expires at 9:30 p.m. local time, but this weather event will not be over by 9:30 p.m. local time. This is going to slowly move through the Junction area. It looks like the hail core is going to be a direct hit for the Junction area. We're picking up some large hail in this area. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning mentions 2.5-inch size hail. So definitely want to be watching this storm closely if we are in the Junction area. And on our KATX hail tracker here, we are looking at a pocket here of possibly 4 inches. I don't think that's accurate. Maybe 3-inch size hail, but again, the severe thunderstorm warning is picking up 2.5-inch size hail. That is definitely happening from what we're seeing on the hail tracker. Again, for those of you just joining us, we are monitoring a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, but has not in quite a while, moving into the Junction area, but we still need to be watching this storm closely. It is definitely still capable of producing a tornado. A lot of gusty winds, again 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We have been seeing that consistently on this storm, but no strong, well-developed rotation, which is a very good sign. We've been keeping a very close eye on the velocity here, the wind gusts inside of the storm, and there just hasn't been that well-developed pocket of rotation, those reds and greens really coming together. The storm likely did produce a tornado earlier, but again, that was 2 hours ago now at this point. The severe thunderstorm warning does mention that it is possible for it to produce a tornado again. But at this point, we're just mainly watching the wind, and we're mainly watching the hail. Now, 2.5 inches of hail. And that we are definitely picking up on our KATX hail tracker. All right, head forecaster Zane, do you have anything for us?
No, I'm watching the chat for y'all.
Awesome, thank you.
If anything, anybody have any questions?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know in the chat. Zane, I want you to go ahead and keep a close eye on the Kansas storm as well. Again, I believe that was radar indicated rotation, so no confirmed tornado at this time. And we'll get that severe thunderstorm warning graphic updated as well, so we can show you guys that. It has now been updated to 2.5-inch size hail. Again, on this storm, Kimball and Menard counties. This is now moving into Kimball County, into the Junction area, decently populated area. And then, of course, we're also watching this storm off to the west, Sonora, Texas. We've got a special weather statement here until 9:15 p.m. local time for 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Is that the one I was just talking about?
No, about Dallas, Texas, we have a new special weather statement.
Awesome, thank you so much, Zane. Head forecaster Zane here, keeping an eye on everything for me. We're keeping an eye on our Dallas storm. We've gone back to this one a couple of times now. We're mainly watching this one for heavy wind gusts. It's now moving into the Fort Worth area at this time. Yeah, widespread rain event, excuse me, for the Fort Worth area, Burleson, Alvarado, Texas. But we do have a new special weather statement for 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and that severe thunderstorm warning will be expiring in about 15 minutes that you see in yellow off to the left side of your screen. Let's see if we can get some wind measurements in here really quickly on this storm. And this radar site might not be the best because I'm not picking up much. It's very messy. But yes, National Weather Service here noting 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and that is why we're seeing a special weather statement for the DFW metro area. Cool. So yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on that storm if you are in the DFW metro area, but of course we are focusing our attention on this Junction, Texas storm. I've been saying for the past hour now, if you're in Junction, you need to keep an eye on this storm. It is severe. It has a history of producing a tornado. And it has large, heavy hail up to 2.5 inches. All right, let's go ahead and pull up our... Let's pull up our hail tracker. Keep an eye on this hail core. Again, 2.5 inches of hail. Now moving into the Junction, Texas area. If you know anyone in this area, make sure they know. Maybe pull the car in. We're looking at ping pong ball size hail. Let's go ahead and pull up really quickly here in the background. We'll pull up the text of this severe thunderstorm warning. That way I know all of the contents of it. That is not it. This is a fairly old warning. Yeah, we're looking at tennis ball size hail now that it has been upgraded. So, excuse me for that. Tennis ball size hail is what the National Weather Service is worried about. So this is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for those of you who are more familiar with weather lingo. So definitely want to keep an eye on this storm if you're in this area. And again, this warning does include Interstate 10 between the mile markers 450 and 458. So about 20 or so miles of interstate highway included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Again, not a fairly busy section of Interstate 10, thankfully. But large hail moving into the Junction area within the next few minutes here. Let's see if we can maybe get a storm track on this thing. Yes, we can. Junction, we're looking at about 12 minutes or so until the core of this storm moves into your area. So we're looking at about 9:15 local time. Junction, Texas. Need to make sure you are in a safe place. Again, I would treat this almost as you would a tornado warning. Again, it is capable of producing a tornado. We have not seen strong rotation to indicate that. But definitely want to make sure you're indoors in the interior of your home. Again, tennis ball size hail, not something you want to mess with. Don't want to mess with hail in general, but especially once we start getting up the hail chart in terms of size, definitely want to make sure we're not outside for that. All right, head forecaster Zane, do you have anything for us at this time?
We have a new tornado warning in Kansas.
All right, another tornado warning in Kansas. I'm going to pull that up in the background so we can leave the radar on our screen at this time. Yes, it looks like this is that the same storm, but it's just been upgraded.
No, a different storm near Garden City.
Near Garden City, you say there's a tornado warning on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I'm not seeing that at this time, but my radar may be a bit out of date. Oh, I see where it would be. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. East of Garden City, Kansas. Possible tornado indicated by radar. And according to our head forecaster, Zane, that is tornado warned as well. I'm going to pull up, for those of you watching on KATX Plus right now, that is what I am looking at. And again, this is near Garden City, Kansas, so Garden City right there. This is the area of concern that I would be watching. And head forecaster Zane does have the screenshot of that. Let me see here. Yep, that is what I just eyeballed out. So the map here doesn't have the tornado warning up for some reason, but this is the pocket of rotation I would be watching. Again, west of Garden City, Kansas. And we will pull back up our Junction radar now. That's right, Junction radar. There we go. I would expect a new severe thunderstorm warning to be issued maybe in the next 10-20 minutes to include areas past Junction. So more of Kimball County here. And again, if you're joining us for our live coverage of this severe weather outbreak, this is just outside of our KATX viewing area. So normally we cover areas in central Texas. However, we have expanded our viewing area just a little bit tonight. This is right outside of our viewing area. So Mason County, Gillespie County, those are in our viewing area. This is just to the west of that. But of course, also, this is a statewide event, and oh, we do have a new scan, actually. I would like to see that really quickly before we talk big picture. So let's keep an eye on the hail here. Again, this storm has had a very consistent hail core over the past few hours now at this point. And we're looking at hail on the hail tracker. Again, in purple, we're looking at 2-inch size hail. In the red, we're talking about 1 inch to 1.5 inch size in diameter. And let's just take a quick peek at velocity. Zane, what can you make out of this?
I think there may be a possible tornado. If there'll be a possible tornado.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely severe warned for a possible tornado. This is kind of the area of concern that I'm watching. This is moving right towards Junction. So kind of in that general, that arrow is a little messed up, but we're kind of in that general area. So definitely at this point, we don't want this to produce a tornado because it is moving towards a populated area. Yeah, I'm still drawing on the screen apparently. Let's get rid of that. But this is kind of the area of concern in this storm. Unfortunately, again, history of producing a tornado, I'm still not convinced at this time that it will. But again, this is tagged as a possible tornado in the severe thunderstorm warning. Again, no warning at this time. I want to make that very clear. The National Weather Service has not issued a tornado warning at this time. They're watching this very closely, I would imagine. Nothing to report at this time, but again, the hail core of this storm should be moving more towards the Junction area within the next few minutes. And really quickly here in the background, I'm going to take a look at this. I do see that tornado warning that Zane was just mentioning. It has populated on my radar now in the background finally, which is good. We don't like it when things take a long time. Let's take a look at this storm from a couple of different angles here. So we know what we're dealing with.
Some news on the Junction storm.
Go for it.
It looks like it's rotating.
It
Badly.
looks like it is rotating according to head forecaster Zane. That I definitely agree. It's been showing some rotation all night. It's been broad though. I'm taking a look at it from a couple of different radar sites. I've got a really good look at it from New Braunfels, but I don't see anything too concerning, thankfully. It is nice to have multiple radars to kind of look at this. It's kind of in, if you can imagine, kind of like a triangle. It's kind of in the middle of a triangle between 3 radar sites. Obviously, distance-wise, it's still closest to San Angelo, so that is the radar site that we're looking at it right now. But I do have a good look at it from the Lackland radar. And again, there's pockets of rotation, but nothing too concerning. Again, it's okay. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Zane. I'm using that radar as well. That's the one that's probably the most concerning to me, and I'm going to pull it up on the stream, I think. So we're gonna take a little break here from our San Angelo radar, and we'll look at this from the far southern radar. And there's definitely pockets of green and red, but nothing too concerning at this time. It does look like that severe thunderstorm warning has been updated. I'm going to switch back to San Angelo radar. This is definitely the clearest view of it that we have at this time. But again, we're keeping an eye on this from 3 different radar sites. And I would imagine the National Weather Service is doing the same as well. Really quickly here, we're going to go national really quick so we can talk about those tornado warnings in Kansas. So 2 tornado warnings in Kansas, one near Garden City and one northeast of Scott City. We'll talk about this Garden City storm first. This one I think is a little bit more impressive. Guys, if you're not live, if y'all can mute or keep it down, that would be great. Let's take a look at this storm. From our velocity, that's definitely radar indicated rotation right there. You can kind of see those pockets of green and red intermixing together. Again, this is our Garden City storm. Or not targeting Garden City, this is way past it. But let's take a look at the past few scans actually. It looked really impressive a few minutes ago and has now just kind of broadened out, I would say. I can't get that one scan to load. Yeah, unfortunate, but yeah, sometimes the radars do a little glitch there and they don't want to load the past couple of scans, but and 2 tornado warnings here. Let's take a look at our other one really quickly here. This is north of Dighton. Again, intermixing of green and red here, but nothing too concerning at this time. I would say not by concerning, I would say it's not strong on radar, but this is definitely trying to produce a tornado. I want to be very careful with the language that I used here because these are tornado warned storms. So if you're in this area, you should be seeking shelter. or if you're in this area as well. I don't have the state roads up at this time, so I can't tell you what roads they're near, but definitely want to keep an eye on those storms. We're going back now to Junction and our San Angelo radar. Again, this is west of the KATX viewing area. And I don't like what I'm seeing on velocity. I do not like that. Yeah, no tornado warning at this time, but I would be treating this as if there were, just to be safe. Lots of strong gusty winds, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust in the storm. Tornado is possible, and of course 2-inch size hail in this storm. Alright, Zane, do you have anything you want to add?
It looks like it's rotating to me on my radar. It's
Yeah,
rotating.
I'm gonna pull up KDFX and the back end again. Let me take a look at it from New Braunfels really quickly. I mean, it's definitely been rotating all night. It's definitely, yeah, on our New Braunfels radar, I can definitely see the rotation. It's just very broad, which is very good news because that means there's nothing too concerning there. But yeah, I don't like the look from the San Angelo radar, and I don't like the look from the Lackland radar. But it looks like the hail core has mostly stayed away from Junction, which is good. It seems to have shifted kind of west. So taking a look here at our KATX hail tracker. Once again, we're looking at 2-inch size hail pockets developing just north of Interstate 10. If this hail tracker is correct, this severe thunderstorm warning needs to be expanded a little bit as the storm has expanded westward outside of that box a little bit. I'm gonna double check really quickly on another radar just to be safe. Yeah, that's what we're seeing south of it as well. So this hail core is expanding, which likely means the storm is kind of exhausting itself out. But still a very strong thunderstorm. Welcome everyone, all 50 of you watching on our live stream. We hope you are having a good night. We hope you are staying safe. Again, if you know anyone in the Junction, Texas area, make sure to give them a heads up. This is your courtesy call to head indoors. There is a severe thunderstorm. It is knocking on your doorstep. But yes, we are keeping a very close eye on this storm.
With you, you never know when your house is getting destroyed.
Correct.
If any tornado.
Correct.
If you're in any of those tornado warnings that we are covering, if you have an emergency bag, bring it with you, or tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Tennis shoes are the most helpful then. You don't want to get nails or grass on your feet. That'd be not good.
So it does look like one of the tornado warnings was either canceled or expired, but we are still watching that one near Garden City. I'm going to pull it up in a little box. Since we only have one other tornado warning at this time, I can do that. I'm going to pull it up in a little box so you guys can hopefully see both of them. Alright, just 1 second, David. Let me update this box, and then I will throw you into the stream. Chief Forecaster David will be joining us momentarily. So we will welcome him back, again, as we monitor this severe thunderstorm moving into the Junction area. I am just stalling really quickly as I pull up this other graphic. I need that. Okay, I'm ready to jump in if needed. Awesome, thank you. All right, I'm just cropping this radar down a little bit so it doesn't take over the entire screen. But yes, we will pull up our Kansas storm here in a little box so you guys can keep an eye on it. There we go. All right, David, if you want to hop on in now, you can.
All right.
There you go.
Hey guys, forecaster David here. I apologize for the lateness of me coming on the air. I've been dealing with some internet issues. I'm sure you can already notice that my internet's already acting up very bad. Anyways, Chief Forecaster David here. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, make sure to follow me on my socials. Also, make sure to at me on social media if you guys have any reports of storms or anything like that. We're looking into the Junction area right now where we have a severe thunderstorm warning just west of the KATX viewing area. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. Just look at that hail core. That is a nasty hail core. I believe up to ping pong size hail with this severe warning. So definitely want to stay indoors if you are in the severe warning. The bottom left of the screen you see there, that is rotation. Here's what a picture of what the radar looks like of that tornado warning, or the live video. I believe in this is in Kansas, right? All right, Kansas. So we'll track that storm in Kansas in just a minute here as we switch from outside of the local area to national weather here in just a minute. So again, shout out to our producer. Also, I think I'm going to have you as a forecaster if you don't mind, Bryce. So thank you to Bryce. Also, thank you to Zane for helping out with coverage as I have company over too, so it's a little bit complicated. If I were to go live, you guys would hear tons of background noise. So that's why I'm not covering anything. But if things were to get, say if a tornado wouldn't happen in the area, I would have fought that for sure. But anyways, north of Junction, that is a flash flood warning, correct? All right, flash flood warning just to the north of Junction City right now. So again, definitely something we're watching. Severe warning for Kimball, Menard County until 9:30 p.m. So we are monitoring the storm very closely. Is there any rotation with this? Isn't there a tornado possible with this? So there it is. This is the area of rotation. New scan? Looks like it. So as you see, so let me do a recap here on colors. So the green you see, as you guys see on the top here, towards the radar, green is coming towards the radar, red is going away from the radar. And usually when they meet together, that usually means there's some area of rotation or some spin, and that's what we're beginning to see just north of Junction. It is pretty broad, and I am noticing there is a little bit of area of actually some gusty winds. This isn't like a tornadoes on the ground or there's a funnel cloud this long. This is just extreme winds that are picking up just to the west of Junction. But this little part of the storm, let me down the side. Sorry about that. Oh, this guy right here, just to the north of Junction. This is where there actually could be some rotation right now. So again, there's a tornado possible. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but it's pretty loud. There's some crazy storms here where I'm at right now. And there's actually no storm near me. It's just at least 50 miles from where I live at. I'm seeing lightning and thunder. It's just crazy. But anyways, again, definitely intense storm. Again, this is just outside of the KATX viewing area. Let's quickly do a reminder here of what the KATX viewing area looks like for some new viewers here real quick. And we'll recap our alert map. So again, this is the viewing area. Again, there's no storms to really worry about. I'm not seeing much, but let's go ahead. We still have a severe thunderstorm watch still. Is that correct for Mason County until 10? So yes, severe watch until 10 p.m. just for Mason County. Okay, we do not cover Kerrville, I don't think. So Kerrville is not in our area. I'm a little surprised we don't cover Kerrville, actually. It kind of lines up pretty well with Bernie, but as of right now, we don't cover Kerrville. But again, severe watch for Mason County until 10 p.m. We'll have to see if they extend the severe thunderstorm watch. If these storms begin to die down just before 10 o'clock, they will not reissue a watch. But if these storms do continue to trend strong to severe, like we're seeing right now, there's a good possibility that they may keep the severe watch out here for southwest Texas and even parts of central Texas as well. And is that a new special weather statement? Or is that a flash flood warning? Or is that just my eyes being weird with me? Might be my eyes being weird. Oh, it is severe warning, so my eyes are being a little goofy with me. Apologize on that. So again, new warning just got issued. This is just near the area. Again, this is just borderlining our viewing areas. That's why we're on the air with you. And they can hear you, correct? Oh, okay. Okay, you guys cannot hear Bryce. Okay. So again, I have Bryce in my ear here so I can hear him. He's saying this is a new severe warning for Kimball and what county? Kimball and what? Okay, so tennis ball size hail and the tornado tag is gone now. However, there is some weak rotation, and we're still monitoring that closely, but we'll continue to watch it right here on Storm Team, the Storm Team 5, also here on KATX Plus. So again, new severe warning, Kimball County included in this warning. And again, massive hail. Is this 2-inch hail, or are they just saying quarter-size hail, or ping pong, or is it? Oh yeah, it said tennis ball. Tennis ball, sorry, tennis ball size hail. It's been a long week. I've been tracking weather for the past several nights in our area for severe weather. I've been going to bed at 12 in the morning for the past 4 nights, so my brain is not like connecting at all. So again, if I mess up a word or something doesn't make sense, I apologize. But anyway, severe warning, tennis ball size hail, the Kimball area. So if you know anyone in Junction, hopefully they are in shelter right now as this intense storm comes into their area right now. And again, this is definitely a very interesting storm that we're keeping our eyes on. So here it is on screen. Kimball and Sutton counties, so 10-15, 2.5 inch size hails. We have considerable tag most likely with this morning. So something we'll keep our eyes on here very closely. Let's go ahead and zoom the radar out. Let's go ahead and go north of the viewing area. Let's go towards like Brady and stuff, areas over there, as there were some storms I was tracking earlier, or not on air, but when I was doing other weather. Also, there's a tornado watch still for the San Angelo, Brady, Brownwood area. So we'll watch that, of course, and that should expire at 10 o'clock too, I believe. But yeah, there are a few storms way off to our north. Some storms near Land Passes and Colleen. We'll keep our eyes on those. But most of these storms, storms just north of our area, are likely moving northeast. Let's go and zoom into the Dallas-Fort Worth metro right now. Looks like a new special weather statement just popped up here. Maybe not new, but from what I'm saying, it might be new. So news. Oh yes, okay. So there's a strong storm advisory for the Dallas, or almost. It's technically in the metro for Dallas and Fort Worth, but Arlington, many areas, and even Mansfield. I got some family in the Mansfield area. They're seeing a pretty intense storm right now in this area. So again, some heavy rain, lightning, some thunder for sure, and again, probably some hail and some gusty winds. We'll continue to monitor the special weather statement out in the DFW metro area right now. Let's zoom out again. Let's go towards the Red River. I believe I saw a severe warning in the Red River area, so let's track that here. Oh, actually, it's in the Panhandle. I lied. Or we'll go to Oklahoma real quick. Tracking some severe storms in Oklahoma right now. This is, let's see, Fort Cobb area, Apache, Vernon area, seeing some severe storms. What is the tag with this? Do we have any tags with this? Mostly large hail. So again, we'll keep your eyes on the storm here as it is in southern to almost central Oklahoma right now. Then we're tracking some more severe storms in the Panhandle. There were some tornadoes yesterday in this area as well. Wait, no, not have been yesterday. It might have been on Wednesday. But whatever day it was. But there were tornadoes in this area, I remember. Severe warnings, Canadian Texas, points eastward into far western Oklahoma. Now under a severe thunderstorm warning for gusty winds and large hail. So something we'll keep our eyes on right now. So switching our mode to national weather. Let's get out of Texas and southern Oklahoma. We're switching our coverage to national now. And let's go ahead and take a look at the tornado warning that we have in Kansas, western Kansas, if I'm correct. So here it is, just to the east of Garden City. Can we get a better look on the radar here with this warning? All right, taking a second, guys. So we apologize on that. But quite a few severe warnings as well. So here it is, zooming in to the tornado warning. Looks like no Okay, so it looks like no cities or towns are popping up on here, so hopefully this isn't looks like it's in a rural area maybe. Hopefully it is, but of course, I'm sorry. What? Attic radar. All right, shout out to attic radar. The radar's not wanting to work right now. So here's velocity. However, I'm not seeing a whole lot of, I don't want to say a whole lot of action, just some weak rotation for sure. Was this more impressive earlier, or I wasn't sure on the storm? Okay, so it was really impressive earlier. Doesn't this expire like in 30 seconds or something? All right, so in a few seconds, probably this warning will expire. So, one confirmed tornado. Oh, we have multiple tornadoes. Is it this storm right here? Okay, so we have another tornado warning that's apparently on the ground right now. Let's go to that one here. So again, if you guys got any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to say it in the live chat. We're reading that always. And then again, if you guys have any social posts, like want to tag me or anything, there was a little banner earlier that showed you my tag. So if you're like in the tornado warning or seeing severe weather or cool lightning, send it to me, and then hopefully we'll be able to use it on stream. So again, pictures, videos, anything like that, want to see it on stream, let us know. All right, so just to the north of Wilcox, this is the area of rotation. The red and green, that little area of spin is where we have rotation at this time. And you said this was a confirmed tornado? All right, what was this from? Storm chasers or emergency management? Who reported this? All right, getting details. Public confirmed tornado. So the public here, usually meaning people or sometimes security officers or anywhere like that says it confirmed a tornado. So again, generally in this area is where we have a confirmed tornado right now. Let's zoom in to the storm a little bit more here. And this is in Oklahoma, correct? Oh, Kansas. Okay, so this, oh, Nebraska. All right, well, hello, Nebraska. South of Kearney, Nebraska. Hello, you guys. So again, just to the north of Wilcox, that's where we have that intense storm right now, where we have some rotation. Let's take a look at correlation coefficient, CC here. This lets us know if there's anything like trying to touch the ground or anything like that, or we can see if anything's on the ground. I don't know if I'm seeing much from this product here. I don't really see a whole lot of, there's a tornado on the ground. But again, all those colors you see, the red you see, that was most likely the storm, rain, and that yellow stuff was probably some wind, maybe hail picking up when we saw that correlation coefficient. Going back to radar here, I'm a little curious here what our radar is showing here. However, I'm not seeing a whole lot on velocity at this time for a tornado to be on the ground, but it kind of looks like, yeah, about to say, the inflow notch. If you do notice, there is a little inflow notch, and that does help to feed in some moisture, and that will sometimes rotate a storm. And from what I'm seeing, it's most likely doing, okay, it looks like they canceled it, the tornado on the ground maybe, or did they just update it? Okay, so again, I was not super confident that there was a tornado on the ground. There might have been one, but as of for the past few minutes, I was not super confident a tornado was on the ground. So they did just cancel the tornado on the ground one, and they put out a regular tornado warning, as I was expecting. So again, if you know anyone in the Wilcox area, that's where we have the worst of the storm potentially, with some gusty winds, damaging winds, large hail potentially, and also again, damaging winds. So we'll continue to monitor this very closely. Oh, new radar scan came out. The white you see, that is indicating some very large hail. Let's go ahead and take a look at our hail tracker here. Okay, we're running into an, might be running into an internet issue here. It's very laggy. Right, there we go. We're still letter. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties today with our graphics. Don't mind or buffer with us on that. But again, at least the velocity is working. And again, new scan came in. Not super confident there's a tornado at all, but there probably is some rotation. Definitely wouldn't be surprised. What you see, that's some straight line damaging winds for sure. Gusty winds, I'm sure it's howling where we have that line of storm. So the reason why they issued a tornado warning, well, one is because the inflow notch that we are seeing, it's slowly, I think it's slowly dying or slowly disappearing, but from the latest scan, this storm in general has really intensified. And again, a very large hail core with this storm producing it's probably some significant hail. Looks like there's a severe warning. Do we have a considerable tag on this? So we do 1.75 inches. So what is that? Definitely greater than quarter size hail. So again, very large hail, definitely significant hail. It's almost a considerable tag where we have this tornado warning and severe warning. Considerable tag, good. So again, this is in Nebraska. So again, hold on, Nebraska, tornado warning, even a tornado on the ground came out of, I don't know if I would say out of nowhere. I mean, I believe there is a tornado threat in this area, but it's not like super high. But still, definitely a crazy and intense storm that we're monitoring here in the Storm Team 5 Weather Center. Let's see here. We still have Zane, or head forecaster Zane Ferguson. Is he still with us? All right. Zane, do you have anything to report on or any updates?
No, the tornado
Nothing?
is
All right.
still on the ground in Nebraska.
What do you say?
What?
Tornado. Okay. Oh, I wasn't saying much on velocity for a tornado to be on the ground anymore. I mean, here maybe, but it's not super tight, and it's not extremely broad either. But there definitely is some gusty straight line winds for sure with this. Here's some more thunder where I'm at. So again, if I'm lagging and stuff, it may be because of the storm here. Reminder, if you guys got questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to say it in the chats. We have that enabled. Also, if you guys have any video or picture, make sure to add me on social. We have that on the bottom of the screen here that you'll see in about 5 seconds probably. So again, make sure to add me on the socials for more information, or not for more information, but if you have any reports or anything like that, feel free to send it to me and we may have it posted on the air. If you want me to have it on the air, we will have it for you. But again, just follow the socials or just add me on those for more details. Or for saying more stuff. Sorry. Again, I've been up since past 12 in the morning for the past 3 nights, so I am just not thinking or talking completely straight or normal. All right, so again, we'll continue this tornado warning. We'll watch it. Let's get out of Nebraska. Let's go back to Central Texas, or West Central Texas, I guess, where we have some intense storms just outside of our viewing area. So again, we have a severe warning just to the west of Gillespie County, to the southwest of Mason County. We've been eyeballing the storm and watching the storm for the past, hour, maybe 2 hours for now. So we're monitoring this very closely. And it looks like we may be having some slow. There we go. Again, here's what we got. Hail. Here's our hail. Definitely some large hail for sure with the storm. It's not as extremely large as what we were saying in Nebraska. But here's our hail tracker that wants to work now. It's good. What are we saying here? Tennis ball size hail, possibly? Yeah, so definitely tennis ball size hail, way off to the southwest of Junction. I think the worst of the hail core may stay off to the west, but 2.5-inch size hail. And as we get to north of Junction or northwest of Junction, barely, about quarter size hail, maybe a little bit larger than quarter size hail, but still something we will monitor very closely. So again, there's also a flash flood warning off to our north. Is there a way we can take a look at the rainfall amounts? Because I'm quite curious. And what's the flash flood warning noting? Is it saying 2 to 4 inches of rain or something is falling? Okay, so potentially 2 to 4 inches of rain has fallen. That's it's almost in Mason County. Oh my gosh. So here is the rainfall in the last hour. Potentially, our radar is saying over 3 inches of rain, potentially in some spots. So definitely, maybe even 4 inches almost. So again, this is definitely some almost catastrophic flooding potentially to the northwest of Junction. And again, we need this rain very badly. As many people are still under a drought. I believe many people just west of Mason County are still in a pretty bad drought too. So we need this rain, and hopefully, I'm sure there's a lake or river somewhere near this area, probably a river or a creek, and hopefully it comes into one of our lake systems, or that shrinks into our lake systems and gives us some more rain or gives us some more water in the lake. So we'll see what happens. Again, all this rain we're receiving is good. We don't need the catastrophic flooding. So the past 3 hours, here's what our latest rainfall tracker is showing: up to about 1 to 3 inches. In the white you see is over 4 inches of rain just in northwest Menard. So again, definitely some bad flooding possibly up into those areas. But again, hail tracker showing a very intense hail core just in the northwest of Junction, especially to the west of Junction. We're monitoring this very closely. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Is there anything in South Texas or Southwest Texas? I believe there is a severe watch that extends to the Mexico border, I believe. Anything happen? Nothing's happening. Okay, so interesting. Let's go ahead and zoom into let's go ahead and look at Brady, San Saba area real quick. Again, most of those storms are going northeast, if I'm correct, instead of southeast of what we were predicting. But again, I'm getting tons of lightning and thunder. It's just crazy how far these storms go. And usually you would see lightning and hear thunder 10 miles away from the storm, but from where I live, all the storm activity is at least 30, or actually probably like 60 miles away from me, at least. So, yeah, lightning bits in the past 30 minutes. Again, tons of lightning. And again, if you notice, I'm in Llano County, but I'm like more towards the lake, and there's some lightning strikes way off near Llano. And there's not even a storm in Llano. That's from this storm here all the way to Llano, that's at least a good 20, 30, 40 miles maybe, almost. So just telling you, it's a very electric storm, and it is producing a lot of volts way off to the east. And again, you see there's no rain out in Llano County. I'm noticing there's some showers developing across Mason County. Something we'll keep our eyes on here very closely. Again, severe warning for the Junction area, and we'll continue to monitor this very closely. All right, I'm going to check social and stuff real quick, so give me a second, and then I'll come back with continue updates on this here. So I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes, and stay tuned for further updates with me.
All right, everyone. All right. Sorry, not head forecaster. Chief forecaster David will be right back. He's checking up the socials. If you want to talk with David on socials, his socials are on screen right now. David ALFWX on X, Facebook, and Instagram. And David, I'm sorry, Zane, go right ahead.
If you want to add me, yeah, then hell y'all on Instagram. I'm always active.
How can people reach you, Zane?
Then hell y'all on Instagram.
Zane Hail Y'all on Instagram if you want to send him hail reports as well. Very good news, honestly, that this storm the hail core has mainly missed the Junction area. The worst of it seems to have kind of moved to that new cell that we saw develop to the west of Junction. And that was when I was kind of mentioning, oh, they kind of need to expand this further west, and they did. Let's pull up that severe warning text once again. I believe this is, 2.5, so tennis ball size hail. Of course, this warning goes for another 15 minutes. Kimball and Sutton counties. This area right here, but of course this is the storm that we have been tracking now all night. It's been a very severe thunderstorm. History of producing a tornado, but don't think this will produce a tornado in the immediate future. National Weather Service has, of course, removed the tornado possible tag from this, although we were watching some broad sort of rotation. That seems to have really died off. So a tornado no longer something we are watching on this storm at this time, thankfully. And that tornado warning that we have been tracking up in Kansas, I'm just going to get a quick look at that really quickly. I mean, if there is something, it's very broad as well. Of course, that was an observed tornado. It is now radar indicated. I'm pulling that box up on the screen right now. That is in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, the tornado warning that we have been watching near Axtell, Kansas. And that tornado warning expires in 42 seconds, apparently. So, maybe they will let that expire. Maybe they will let it renew. That remains to be seen. But of course, we will keep an eye on that storm and continue to provide you guys updates. But of course, our main focus tonight has been this Junction storm. It was in the Menard, Texas area, but of course, it is now moved further south along US 83 and is now the worst of it now west of Junction, right there along the Interstate 10 corridor. Keeping an eye on the hail once again. Yeah, again, the hail core for right now seems to have stayed mostly away from the Junction sort of core downtown area, if you can really call it that. I know Junction's a fairly small place, but still, it is a fairly populated place, so we want to make sure the worst of this stays away from where everyone is and hopefully doesn't impact anyone too badly here. That is not the radar. There is the radar. But yeah, that's the storm that we have been keeping an eye on just west of our viewing area. And of course, if we have any further updates, we will bring them to you. And I do have one update on that. Nebraska storm. The tornado warning on that has now expired. So 0 tornado warnings at this time, thankfully, across all of the storms that we have been keeping an eye on tonight. So that is very good news. No tornado warnings at this time. And hopefully it stays that way. Alright, so Zane says his X username is Zane Ferguson WX. If you guys want to reach him on X/Twitter. And of course, we are continuing to monitor this storm. I would argue this has been the most impressive storm out of all the ones that we have seen tonight. It's certainly had a really good pocket of hail consistently. Let's take a look at our hail tracker here. And of course, we're looking at 2.5 inches of hail. Again, this is southwest of Junction. Maybe an inch of hail. And these parts in red. Alright, and it sounds like Chief Forecaster David is now back. Sorry about the little glitch there. And here we go, David.
Hey guys, Chief Forecaster David here. Sorry about that. I was checking socials here. I just see if you guys had any questions, comments, or anything like that. There was a few questions, so I was able to answer some of you guys' questions. But I'm back now. Again, if you guys got any questions, video, pictures, if you're under a storm or anything like that, please at me on social. The social handles are on the bottom, so you guys can check that out as well. Also, I post weather alerts as well in there. Anyway, severe thunderstorm warning for Junction area. This is just west of the KATX viewing area. What is the KATX viewing area? That is for the Austin and San Antonio area, where we cover over 22 counties. And again, we're live on KATX Plus on our social platforms and on YouTube. And we are doing a little bit of outside coverage today and also even some national coverage. And again, we don't just focus on the Austin and San Antonio area weather. If it's really bad across the country, sometimes we'll cover it here on KATX Plus. So we're not just local weather, we're also national sometimes. But when there's weather mainly in our area, we will mainly focus to that. But since there's nothing really much happening in our area, we're going a little bit outside of our area and even national. So again, thank you to everyone that has continued watching our stream. And again, If you know anyone in these areas, make sure to share the stream to them as we can give them some updates. So again, severe warning, Junction area, but this is for Kimball and Sutton counties until 10:15. Considerable tag with a severe warning up to tennis ball size hail. And again, it's for this hail right in this area and right in this area as well. So again, some large hail with the storm. The storm has had rotation in the past, but that has gone away, I think. Let's go take a look at velocity here and see what this is showing. And oh, I lied. There is some broad rotation just near Junction, actually. To the this is going to be a little bit hard to argue here. This is probably mostly gusty winds, but potentially this could be rotation. The reason why I'm saying it might just be gusty winds is because we have the bright colors here, but then it gets darker red, and it's darker red, and it's dark green. So that's why I'm saying I'm a little bit. I don't know. It could be terrain, possibly. I don't know. The terrain is a little weird, actually, around Junction, if I believe. But we're waiting for our next radar scan here, a velocity scan. If it shows something like this in the next scan, this may be rotation. But right now, I'm not calling this rotation as of right now. So we'll watch it. But as of right now, I'm not calling it rotation. But if it continues to show something like this, okay, it did. What do you got? What's your guys' thoughts? Gusty winds? Yeah, gusty winds with rain, definitely not rotation as of right now, but we'll continue to watch it closely. And again, large hail with this. Let's go ahead and zoom the map out. Let's go a little bit north here. So let's go Brady, San Saba area. So look at a few of those storms. Because again, I'm hearing some lightning at where I live at. And this storm is weakening quite a bit, actually, for the Melbourne, Brady area. We'll watch it. Storms, I would say storms are losing the energy. I mean, there's tons of moisture
Looks like we just lost David here. We will get him back. There he is.
Okay, sorry about that. So as I was saying, this storm is generally weakening across the Melvin and Brady area. However, we'll keep our eyes on it with some nice steady rain. At least there's no hail out of it or a tornado. So enjoy the nice rain, moderate to heavy rain. If you're in the Brady and Melvin, even the Eden area. Hope I said that right, Eden area. So if you enjoy nice rain. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Let's go a little bit more east here. I believe there was another storm to the east. Maybe east of Richmond Springs, potentially. Yeah, there we are. North of Little Passes, northwest of Colleen, over towards Gatesville, another interesting storm as well. But then another storm is also, well, who was that storm? Just a second. We'll take a look at that storm San Angelo in just a moment. But these storms also look a little bit interesting. Hamilton area, some storms. This is just way off to the northeast of San Diego. The Gold West area.
I apologize. It appears we have lost David again. But lots of rain showers here, as David was talking about, near the Hamilton, Goldwaith area. There he is. David?
I apologize. What's going on? Okay. We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, still some technical difficulties getting David back up.
You can hear me still. Hopefully, so what I'm going to do is we're going to cut me off real quick. We're going to throw it back to Bryce or Zane. We're going to take over. We'll try figuring out why my Wi-Fi is going bad again.
All right, cool. All right, thank you, David. Zane, if you have anything you want to add, go right ahead.
We do have two severe thunderstorm warning near Oklahoma City. If you want to check that out.
Let's take a look at that. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings near Oklahoma City metro area. These are warned for quarter-size hail. And these are moving north-northeast. And let's actually pull up really quick a NextRad radar on that. So we can see high definition what the radar is seeing. And yeah, 1-inch size hail. That seems to be about what we expect.
Say this: the severe thunderstorm watch for Mason County has been canceled.
David, we cannot hear you. But I heard something about severe thunderstorm watch, so we're gonna pull that up. And yeah, it looks like the severe thunderstorm watch for Mason County has been discontinued. So we now have this watch now for some southern counties. We still have this tornado watch that you see in red. Yeah, cancel. I got it. But yeah, Kimball County still on that severe thunderstorm watch. But yeah, no longer are any KATX counties in the severe thunderstorm watch at this time. And this new watch now expires at 11 p.m. All right, let's pull back up our San Angelo radar. Actually, now this storm at this point I think is close enough that we can take a look at it from a different site. And so we will download the data from that site. But again, that is our severe thunderstorm watch. And of course, we will go back to talking about the hail with this storm. Here is our hail tracker. Hail core now moving through Junction, maybe up to 1-inch size hail possible there, according to our KATX hail tracker. Okay. And yeah, we're just keeping a close eye on this storm.
Just timer.
All right.
Good thing.
Zane says 0 tornado warnings at this time. Thank you, Zane. Definitely seems like the tornado threat is largely over. Especially for this Junction storm that we have been monitoring. But again, we'll keep an eye on the velocity. Again, broad, if anything, on the velocity. So really kind of, we were keeping a really close eye on the velocity earlier. You can kind of tell over the course of the live stream, we've been watching it less and less. But again, Junction area, we'll go ahead and pull up that graphic for the severe thunderstorm warning until 10:15, so another 15 more minutes left on this, but definitely seems like the thunderstorm will stick around a bit longer than that, so don't let that graphic fool you. There will be a new warning issued as this moves further south into maybe Kerr County. The storm is kind of moving that way. But again, Kimball and a little portion, I think that little portion of Sutton County will be canceled in the new warning, as I just don't see that large of a hail core there. If anything at all, there's barely anything there. So it did kind of briefly expand west right before the storm kind of rolled into the Junction area. That has now moved east now. And so now suddenly we're keeping an eye on potential 1-inch size hail for the Junction area, and then maybe larger. It does look like, actually, I'm going to pull that graphic because it does look like they did decrease the hail size to 1.5 inches. So I'm going to fix that real quick.
I have good.
All right, Zane, go
I
for it.
have good news. We have 59 watching now. 59 people are watching our stream.
Awesome. Thank you, Zane. Welcome, everyone. If this is your first KATX YouTube live stream, watching here on KATX Plus, Storm Team 5. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you like the weather content that you are seeing. It does seem like a bunch of you have subscribed tonight. We're up to 415 subscribers. If you guys want to say something in the chat, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, if you're just passively watching because you just love severe weather, we just want to say welcome. Thank you for choosing us tonight. Again, we've been watching this storm for the past, 2.5 hours as it has slowly moved from Menard, Texas to Junction, Texas. Was tornado warned at one point. We're no longer that worried about a tornado at this time. The tornado possible tag was removed from the severe thunderstorm warning. That was kind of the big development when that tag finally got removed. That was kind of a sigh of relief. We could stop worrying as much on the velocity and just focus on the hail threat, which there is a pretty considerable hail threat, but it seems like even that has weakened. So we're now really looking at 1-inch size hail, maybe 1.5 inches, in some isolated places here on our KATX hail tracker. This is where we're looking at for hail.
We may have some rotation in
All right,
Nebraska
keeping an eye on
again.
some rotation in Nebraska. Was that the same storm that was tornado warned, Zane?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Nebraska.
Let me pull up that in the little box. So this was the storm that we were keeping an eye on in Nebraska here. Of course, we're keeping an eye on potential rotation in this general area. You can kind of see my drawing there, but not really. So keeping an eye on that storm as well. Near Minden, Nebraska. This is south of Kearney. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, we will gladly answer them. Jessica De La Rosa says hello from Mason, Texas. Hello, Jessica.
Welcome
to the stream. The severe threat for Mason seems to be calm tonight. Thankfully, your severe thunderstorm watch, which was supposed to expire at 10 p.m., was in fact canceled.
David, want to ask you a question in the group chat?
David asked me a question. Got it. Let me see what he says. We got someone. I mean, it's kind of hard to invite people to the stream, David. Because I've used up both of the slots that I created, but I can make a third, maybe. Let me see what I can do.
Hold on.
Yeah, stand by for that.
Hold on. While.
But yeah, anyways, you guys will continue to get the latest scans here from the National Weather Service radar here. Again, we're continuing to monitor this severe thunderstorm warning. It expires in about 13 minutes, but again, I would definitely expect to see this renewed with a new warning box again in the next 15 minutes or so. There is that graphic for you guys, and once we get that new warning up, we will pass that information along to you straight from the National Weather Service. You will see it here first on KATX. Zane, do you have anything you want to add real quick?
I think that Junction storm is rotating just a little bit.
All right, Zane wants us to keep an eye on the rotation. What radar are you looking at that from, Zane?
The Lachlan one.
That's what I was looking at too, and I just don't see it. Let's maybe check New Braunfels in the background. See what that says. It is nice that we have about 3 radar sites that we can look at on this storm. And yeah, we've just been seeing the same broad rotation all night. I can show you guys the New Braunfels radar really quickly here, but again, it's just not that impressive rotation-wise. That is why we're not really too concerned about a tornado at this time. But if that changes, we will gladly let you guys know. We are continuing to watch each scan like a hawk here. But again, I don't think a tornado is a massive concern at this time.
You're welcome, Jessica. We're always here for you.
Thank you, Zane, keeping an eye on the YouTube chat. Let's go back to our KATX weather map there. But yeah, this is the storm we've been keeping an eye on. Continue to monitor the hail. Still seems like the hail, the main hail core is moved south along US 377. And then another core right here in sort of the Junction area here. So just south. Zane, you have good news?
I have good news.
Pass
That-
it along.
The tornado watch have been cancelled or discontinued.
Alright, the tornado watch.
We have no tornado watch for Abilene, Texas.
That is
It has expired or cancelled.
that is a good
There used to be a watch in Abilene.
that is a good observation there that tornado watch was allowed to expire. You guys might remember the red box that we saw on our screens about 30 minutes ago. And of course we've got a handful of severe watches up here in Oklahoma, Kansas, southern Nebraska, but of course we have been mostly focused on this Junction storm. That has been also the ones that our viewers have been interested in the most as well. Again, 10:15 p.m. is the expiration time. Of course, we do also have this flash flood warning until 11:45. This includes Menard, and this includes Menard County, and also, yeah, a little northern sliver there of Kimball County as well. Of course, there's been a lot of heavy rainfall. Let's actually pull back up that graphic of the precipitation within the past hour. It has been something that we have been keeping an eye on for the flash flood threat. Let's see if we can get that up. That is not it. There it is. That just took us a minute. So, looks like there's a little data glitch there. We're looking at a massive pocket there of about 3 inches, maybe up to 4 inches of rain in some spots. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another flash flood warning issued for the Junction area at some point, which we've already seen about 2 inches of rain within the past hour or so. Zane has sent me a link. Let me check that out. Nothing at the moment. Let me see here. Yeah, that is a rainfall. Oh, there it is. Just as I was saying, just as I was talking about this, that flash flood warning was just issued. That is so funny. And a new severe thunderstorm warning was issued as well for... Alright, let me get Chief Forecaster David in here. David, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Hey guys, Chief Forecaster David here. Hope you guys this evening is going pretty well. Thank you for continuing watching our live coverage here of severe weather across the Lone Star States and across the country. Right now, we're taking a quick pause on weather across the country and tracking severe weather that's near our viewing area here on KATX. Again, if you guys got any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to say it in the live chat. Also, check out my social handles. Make sure to follow me on them. And again, what? All right. But again, hello everyone. Over to our stream. So again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Junction area. This is a very intense storm. This storm has had history of rotation or rotating, but now it's no longer rotating, I believe, as of right now. But I got some very large hail with this severe warning. This is quarter-size hail now, so we actually may be seeing some weakening possibly with this storm. Quarter-size hail. We went from tennis ball size hail to quarter-size. So this storm is definitely weakening right now. But the one thing that's not weakening is the rain. Look at this. A flash flood warning has recently got issued for the Junction area. So 2 flash flood warnings, I believe, for the city of Junction, and it's 2 severe warnings on top. So Junction is getting a bit of everything right now. So if you know anyone in the city of Junction, make sure they are inside right now, not outdoors. Now, if I lived in Junction, not gonna lie, I would be outside. Not a smart thing, so don't do what I would do and be outside. Definitely stay indoors. I will have to start back to you guys real quick.
All right, thank you, David. David will be right back, but I did want to quickly let everyone know about this new severe thunderstorm warning that was just posted by the National Weather Service and Austin, San Antonio, since they do cover these 2 counties down to the south. So we're getting a transfer of National Weather Service forecast offices here as the storm moves further south. So this new yellow box that you see here on the bottom of your screen that the storm is going to be moving into, that is our new severe thunderstorm warning until 10:45 p.m. for Edwards and Kerr counties. They are noting hail up to an inch in diameter, so quarter-size hail. And then, of course, we still have our existing severe thunderstorm warning here up in the top for another 5 or so minutes here. That includes the Junction area, but this storm is starting to kind of pick up pace a little bit and move out of the Junction area, thankfully. And of course, we do have that new flash flood warning. I will try to get a graphic up for that shortly, but that includes Kimball County, as we have been talking about. This has been a very slow-moving thunderstorm, and so there has been a lot of rainfall associated with this. As we pull up the last hour precipitation again, we were just talking about this, and then that flash flood warning got issued. We were just talking about how there has been a lot of rainfall because this has been a very slow moving thunderstorm, and there is... Okay, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in the viewing area. I do see that. It's a sliver of Mason County. So a new severe thunderstorm warning issued to the north as well. David, we are passing this along to you. I don't have the intro. All right, give me 1 second, David. Let me pull that intro up. All right, guys, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. It now includes part of our viewing area, so we are quickly getting that ready. We are getting ready to interrupt programming here. All right, thank you. All right, guys, we'll be right back in just 1 moment.
Is it moving east or anything? All right, good evening, everyone. It's Chief Forecaster David here, interrupting scheduled regular programming to give you guys a severe weather update in the KATX viewing area. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning out for Mason County right now. This is barely clipping Mason County, though, as we are approaching our 10:15 weather segment here on our channel here on KATX in the Austin and San Antonio area. But again, we're monitoring the severe warning for you in southwestern Mason County. I believe the National Weather Service in San Angelo is a little bit worried that this storm may move a little bit, maybe a little bit more due east now. So maybe a little bit southeast is what they're probably saying or thinking of right now. What is the new warning saying? What are they thinking with this? Okay, so probably considerable tag. We have 70 mile per hour and quarters. So the hail with the storm has generally weakened, but the winds, from what I'm seeing, has actually increased. So let's go ahead, take a look at velocity here real quick, since we have 70 mile per hour winds. See if we have anything trying to rotate. And looking at this, I don't see a whole lot right now, but one thing I do notice, there's actually some thunder where I'm at. Anyways, tracking some gusty winds. This little line you see here, that is some gusty winds just west of Junction right now. It looks like they just expired the other severe warning for the city of Junction, but this other one for Junction continues, and that does include Mason County. So this is a 1-inch hail, quarter-size hail, and 60 or 70 mile per hour winds for Kimball and Mason County. And again, Mason County is in the KATX viewing area, so that's why we're watching the storm very closely. We did have a severe thunderstorm watch out. They did cancel it for Mason County. I guess they should have not have, but they canceled it. They canceled it 6 minutes ago. I guess they should not have, but oh well, a warning popped up. But however, taking a look at the viewing area, zooming it out real quick here. So just a quick update as we turn over to forecaster John in studio with your forecast. I don't see a whole lot happening right now except for that one storm that could be entering southwestern Mason County here in the next several minutes. So stay tuned here on KATX on our main program. We have a live stream on KATX Plus that you guys can check out right now with team coverage with severe weather this evening. All right. Live for you on KATX, Chief Forecaster David. We'll throw back to the schedule. Regular programming and forecaster John is next with your full forecast. All right. So again, severe thunderstorm warning. New one got issued for Junction area. So again, look at the hail core. Definitely some intense little hail signatures that we're tracking with this severe warning. Again, this does include parts of Mason County and our viewing area that we cover. Look at the hail core. It's not super. Yeah. Again, I apologize, guys. For the past 3 nights, I stayed up till 12 a.m. longer than that, so I'm not thinking straight correctly. So again, I apologize for all the slowness I'm having. But anyways, again, the storm has weakened quite a bit. The only thing I've noticed is just the winds. But one thing I want to note is I am beginning to see maybe a little bow factor trying to be possible or trying to happen here. So yeah, there's a lot of it. Maybe it looks like a new bow factor is beginning to build. So that means some damaging winds, maybe some straight line damaging winds could be possible here in the next several minutes. And if this moves southeast, this could clip maybe, again, Mason County, maybe even the parts of Gillespie County here in the KATX viewing areas is something we'll have to keep our eyes on here in the next several minutes to an hour or two maybe. And as of right now, the storm is weakening a little bit. Just the hail is weakening with our new radar scan. It does not look like it is with our new radar scan. Let's double check velocity here. Again, the storm has had previous of a tornado touchdown, if I'm correct. And again, I'm just trying to be safe here. That's why we're checking velocity. However, I'm not seeing a whole lot. And again, just in that general area where the green and red meet, that is some gusty winds for sure. If you are southwest of Junction. However, we're keeping our eyes on it right now. Definitely an intense storm. And again, there's definitely a bow factor with this currently right now. So that's that severe warning. So again, that's in the viewing area. I was just notified from my phone here that we're going to do a update, like a severe warning update at 10:27, and then we'll wrap up the newscast at 10 on our main station on KATX. So right now you guys are watching on KATX Plus, where we are covering severe weather across I guess you could say our area now, and across the states, and also a little bit national. So we'll go back to the storm. I know the storm is maybe intensifying. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at some more storms possibly across the states. Let's see, is there any other severe storms across the state, or is this the only one? Of course, the Panhandle should have storms. Yeah, there we go. So there's one severe warning, and far northeast, 1-inch size hail. People are going to try to call me on Discord. I apologize. I cannot answer right now. It looks like someone wants to talk to me, but I won't be able to right now. Once I take my little break here, I will be able to talk to you guys again. Eastern Canadian, severe storms for 1-inch size hail, and then just south of Woodward, special weather statement for them, but south of Woodward is another severe warning right now that we're tracking. And if I'm correct, wasn't there a few severe warnings in the Oklahoma City metro or nearby at least? Expired. Oh, there's one warning just near the Oklahoma City metro. It's just west of their county. Norman, Oklahoma, getting a nice special weather statement, nice storm there. However, we're continuing to watch these. This is for, what's the report on this warning here? All right, so low-grade severe warning. What I mean by that is it's just right at the criteria of a severe warning to get issued. So how does a severe thunderstorm warning get issued? Looks like I'm lying here. There we go. So how does a severe thunderstorm warning get issued? You need 58 mile per hour winds and or need 1-inch size hail in diameter. And what is 1-inch size hail in diameter? That is quarter size hail. And that's what's possibly coming out of this storm that we have in Oklahoma right now. So again, according to our hail tracker, it is very little hail, very weak hail, maybe pea-size hail, maybe up to nickel-size hail. However, we'll continue to watch it very closely right here on KATX Plus. And this is just west of the Oklahoma City metro, so something we'll keep our eyes on, again, closely. We're going to go into Kansas here, western Kansas here. We have one severe storm in Kansas. However, the rest are strong storms. It's not a tornado warning. Oh, I forgot. We have tornado warnings in Nebraska. I forgot all about that. Let's check that. So again, we'll check that one severe storm in Kansas. We'll watch that storm as well. So these storms in Nebraska, this is southern Nebraska, where we have 2 tornado warnings, and this looks pretty classic. From what I see, that means there's usually 2 areas of spin. Usually when a lot of storms happen, sometimes there could be 2 areas of spin, or the QLSC type tornadoes could be possible. And this is very similar from what I've seen in the past with other storms where I used to cover in the Joplin area about almost 2 years ago. But again, these storms are interesting. Let's zoom into the one just north of Campbell here. I believe I do see the area of rotation. However, it's very weak. This is the area of rotation. It's quite weak, but they issued a tornado warning just to be safe. And this tornado in progress, or a tornado trying to be something, could be continuing to rotate, and it may actually become something. That's why they issued a tornado warning just to be safe. But I'm pretty confident there is rotation, a funnel cloud with this as well. Going south of Campbell here, we have another tornado warning, and this is yes, this one's very impressive. This is actually more broad than we have the one north of Campbell. But again, this is the circulation that we have. By the way, update. What's the colors you see? What's the green and red? Green is coming towards the radar. Red is coming away from the radar. Usually when they meet together, there's rotation. But we're actually seeing something else this time. It's actually pink. What is pink? That is some extremely strong winds. And again, that is coming away from the radar. However, this does mean there's definitely some strong winds. But however, we're going to watch the storm very closely. Let's take a look at the relation coefficient here. CC here, just a little bit interested on the storm here. It looks like this might be, hopefully this is ground clutter picking up. This might be ground clutter, but or the rain picking up, or some hail, or some wind, but we'll keep our eyes on this. So again, 2 tornado warnings currently in southern Nebraska. We'll continue to monitor this here, but this is getting closer to the radar site. Hopefully this radar site doesn't go down. I mean, look at the hail, very large hail. I'm sure there's extreme winds. This is coming right towards the radar site. So we're going to have to hope this radar does not go down. And there will be a period of time where we will not be able to have visual of the storm for at least 4 to 6 minutes, or 4 to 8 minutes possibly, as it gets towards Blue Hill, if the storm can continue to have its strength super strong. So again, we'll keep our eyes on this very closely with these 2 tornado warnings out in Nebraska. All right, let's go back to the local area here in the Austin, San Antonio area, where we currently have a severe thunderstorm warning for Mason County. How long is that warning for, by the way? I forgot. 11:15. All right, and that's for 70-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail, with the severe warning in southwestern Mason County in the KATX viewing area. And again, we're not tracking a whole lot. Let's go. Let's see. I see the storm real quick. Let's get out of this area real quick. Let's go north Mason and north Atlanta County real quick. Looks like a few showers may be trying to develop north of San Saba. Yeah, these are definitely dying. But again, we'll watch it. Oh, maybe not. South. Oh, here's the base. What is it showing? Rain, I think. Yeah. So some steady rain. However, nothing too crazy right now. So this is the base radar. Base reflectivity is not too bad right now. All right, back to the Mason area, or back to the, let's see. Yeah. So back to this area, the Junction area, and into parts of Mason County. We're tracking an intense storm. This storm over here, just right over here. I'm eyeballing this storm here closely. Notice an intensity and radar color, and then also to the storm southwest of Junction, also an intense. Well, let's take a look at our hail tracker here and see if it's showing anything greater than quarter-size hail. And oh yes, it is. This is showing. What's our radar estimating? Oh, 2 inches. So potentially up to baseball-size hail, maybe almost. And then we have this other hail just to the south of Junction, and that might be quarter-size hail possibly here shortly. Let's take a look at velocity. Again, we've had some previous reports of tornadoes with the storm further off our northwest. However, I don't see a whole lot happening. There's a lot of wind, as you can tell, with this warning. So we'll continue to watch that very closely. All right, so what I was told to do, since I'm chief forecaster for KATX network, I have to do a cut-in, not really a cut-in, right on the newscast at 10 o'clock on this Friday night. So they want me to do a final check of the severe threats, or the severe warning, and then John is going to do the final check of the forecast, and apparently I get to end the newscast, so it'll be fun to do. So anyways, we'll have the live. We'll have the live. We'll probably have to. We'll have the live stream continuing on KATX Plus, but you guys will not see our live feed on TV. All right, so just give us about 2 minutes, and we'll get things going with the updates, or maybe about 1 minute.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Chief Forecaster David, for that update. Of course, he's got some things that he needs to take care of real quick, and we've got some business we need to take care of. It does seem like a new hail core has started to develop over the last few radar scans here. Let's go ahead and download those really quick and take a look at how the storm has been progressing. Yeah, it's starting to expand sort of south westernly a little bit here. There is a new hail core, and it is kind of outside of our existing severe thunderstorm polygons, so that may need to be updated by the National Weather Service. But we do have a new hail core, and we are seeing an estimated hail size up to about 2 inches there, but it's a very small sort of isolated hail core that has just developed there according to our hail tracker. But again, we're just kind of monitoring this severe storm. We are keeping an eye on the winds, lots of gusty winds in these storms. And of course, if there are any tornadic developments, we will continue to keep you guys updated, but these are the storms that we are keeping an eye on. We've been tracking them now for the past 3 hours as they moved. What's up, David? If you want to. You're cutting out really bad. I cannot hear what you're saying. You're good now, I think.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was forecaster John there, the final check of your forecast. Here's the final check of the radar here. We have a severe thunderstorm warning out for Mason County. Quarter-size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds, but something we'll keep our eyes on. Some more severe warnings. Looks like a new warning just got issued to the north of Rock Springs, which is way out of the area. But then we'll keep our eyes on that severe warning in Junction. Also, flash flood warning just outside of the viewing area as well. But severe warning until 11:15. If we think this storm is more concerning, we will hop back on here to provide you guys another update. But we have a live stream continuing till, or we have a live stream on KATX Plus that you can watch right now on YouTube. And again, if you guys have any pictures, videos, or anything like that, feel free to at me on my socials that you guys will see on the bottom of the screen here. All right, so that's our time for now with our newscast here at 10. We'll see you back here, guys, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. all the way to 12 o'clock with Good Morning Austin, San Antonio, right here on KATX Network. All right, so again, we're going back to forth here on KATX Plus, and here it looks like did they just get rid of the warning for Mason County? All right, so if you guys are still watching on KATX Plus, they have got written of Mason County of those severe warnings, so it's good news. Again, I was saying a whole. I didn't see really a reason why Mason County was included in a severe warning. Might be because of the wind, but however, I think the worst of the storm is further south now. So let's go ahead and zoom the map a little bit further south here, I think. So again, the hail core that I'm seeing near south of Junction has weakened quite a bit, but we're beginning to see some new storms firing off to the north and northwest of Rock Springs. But one thing that's caught my attention is this hail core right here. What is our radar estimating here? Not working. So technical difficulties here. We apologize. So take a look at velocity while this is not wanting to work right now. Okay. Some gusty winds for sure. Nothing rotating as of right now, but we'll watch it. And I'm continuing to hear some thunder at my house. Let's go take a look at the radar from where I'm at. A little further north, actually, from where I'm at. Again, depends. If I have a storm, my internet goes crazy. So always curious on what things are. It looks like there's nothing. So that's good news. All right, let's go ahead and jump into southern Nebraska here, where we have tornado warnings. So we'll go national coverage here right now on KATX Plus. And again, here they are. One tornado warning now. They've dropped the other one. As I was about to say, the other one wasn't super concerning. But this has rotation. Has, I guess you could say, broad rotation. There's definitely some straight line damaging winds with this. Zoom in a little bit more into the Bladen area, just really to the northeast of Bladen, just a little area where there's some very little rotation. However, I wouldn't be surprised if this tornado warning were to get canceled maybe here soon. However, I'm not saying a whole lot. Is this saying radar indicated or storm plotters reported a funnel cloud? What is this saying? Radar indicated. Okay. So again, I'm not saying a whole lot of rotation, but as you can see, this blue you see, and even in pink, this is telling you just some extreme winds. The winds are howling. It's cranking over here. It's very windy. So again, hello, southern Nebraska. It's windy over here right now on this Friday evening. So again, make sure you're indoors. Hopefully you had your stuff put inside because the winds out there, I'm sure they're very extremely windy over there in the Bladen area right now. Again, look at the hail core. Nasty hail up to what? Tennis ball size hail possibly in some spots. Or maybe not. Quarter size hail definitely. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. But again, definitely some intense storms producing some interesting sizable hail right now. Off in Nebraska right now. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out across the state of Nebraska. And let's see here. What else do we have? That severe warning, one severe warning, one tornado warning, and that's about it. And then in Kansas, just special weather statements. Let's go ahead and zoom into Oklahoma here, just south of Woodward here. Interesting storm here. Let's see, do we have a better radar for this? We'll take a look more into this here. The storm is grabbing my attention, so we'll take a look into it. So again, 2 severe warnings where we're tracking it. Not radar, but it gives us a better look maybe. Before we go to Woodward real quick, let's go into not Kansas, Texas here, Panhandle. Zoom into this guy here. One thing I'm noticing is hail for sure. Let's take a look at velocity here. Hail core, it spiked according to radar, and there is maybe I don't know. That's definitely not rotation. That is probably some hail picking up. Let's take a look at our hail tracker here. We have a new scan that came out. Ooh, looking ugly. New hail scan. Our radar is estimating up to quarter size hail possibly, and then that special weather statement up to the northeast is also considering some P to nickel size hail right now. Let's make our way off into the other warning in Oklahoma right now, just to the south of Woodward, Oklahoma, where we have some intense storm and interesting reason. The storm doesn't look too bad. What's the reason? Is it because of the wind? Oh, definitely. All right, 70-mile-per-hour winds. I mean, as you can tell, just in this area, this is where we have the extreme winds for sure. So again, if you know anyone, let's zoom in a little bit more here. Let's see if we can see a few more cities possibly that could pop up. Well, I guess it must be a rural area, but if you know anyone, is that Vicky or is it Vic? I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this area where I'm pointing, that area, and then just northwest of Camago. I've never heard these city names before. I apologize. But this is where we have some strong winds for sure. I wouldn't be surprised actually if there could be rotation that may try to happen with this storm as we get strong winds. As they begin to climb in together. Again, we have red and green, even some pink. So we'll have to see if anything could try to tighten up here in the next few minutes. Not something that could happen, but it may not happen. But we'll keep our eyes on it here closely. So stay tuned to Storm Team 5 as we're live on KATX Plus updates. Let's zoom into Oklahoma City Metro here, where there's actually quite a few special weather statements in the metro. Only 2, even in the Norman area, there's a special weather statement where the Storm Prediction Center office is at. These storms are dying. I'm a little surprised there's one in Norman, as there's not really a half-inch hail. I'm a little surprised there's one in Norman. We still got this little storm in the Mustang area for a half-inch hail possibly, and some 30 to 40 mile-per-hour winds. However, we'll keep our eyes on that. Let's go to the DFW metro, where we had Some special weather statements earlier this evening. It looks like those are gone. Well, let's zoom in again, see in case, let's see, any remaining storms, not really fizzling out. And again, we'll keep our eyes on that. And then before we get to this area real quick, let's take a look at Brady, or northeast of San Angelo, Brady, San Saba area. Storms. These storms actually may be fizzling out as well, more than likely fizzling out. Storms have actually really ramped up just north of San Saba. By the way, we have had some talk before. Maybe in the future, we may include Brady, San Saba. Definitely in the future. Maybe San Saba and Lampasas County will be possibly added in the area. Maybe, but if that happens, it'd be weird looking viewing areas. We may include Brady, San Saba, Lampasas, maybe even Killeen into our viewing area. Possibly, and probably next year, maybe, but I don't know. As of right now, we're not going to do it, but just a heads up, in the future, we may do something like that. Or we may have for extra coverage. So maybe we'll have like 2 viewing areas, but this area that we have right here is our main viewing area, but maybe in the future, we'll have like several more counties around the area, and that could be like our second coverage area, maybe. I don't know, some thought. I don't know. Anyways, this storm intensifying just to the north of San Saba. We're keeping our eyes on that. Even in Burnett County, far northern Burnett County, seeing some light to moderate rain right now. So enjoy some of that activity right now. And let's make our way into this area where we're tracking an intensifying storm. This is the only area where there's really anything left over with storms across the state of Texas today. These storms have made it the longest and have gone the furthest. And look at this. It's just nasty looking storms. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a flash flood warning or something could get issued soon. Anyways, Edwards and Kirk County under a severe warning till 11:15 with this. Let's see what our hail size is indicating here from our hail tracker. In our hail tracker, it is still showing some decently large hail, up to quarter-size hail. Just to the northeast of Rock Springs right now, so we'll keep your eyes on that. And just to be safe, again, we've had a history of a tornado touchdown with this storm a long time ago. But let's take a look at velocity. Strong winds, nothing rotating at this time. And again, we'll keep our eyes on this very closely. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take a wait. Zoom in to just zoom in northeast of Rock Springs real quick. We'll have to monitor this guy, this little area here. We'll have to see if this storm could try to wrap itself. I don't know if it will, but I have seen previous storms before where there's a similar look like this, and they always try to wrap around, or a new storm will develop, or it weakens. So there's, well, as I was saying, 3 solutions with this. We'll see what happens. But stay tuned for further updates. All right, Chief Forecaster David here. I'm going to take a quick pause, a social break from streaming here, but I'll be checking social media as I'm on my break here. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, feel free to say in the chat. I will check that out in just about 2 minutes. And then check out my social handles down there. Follow me if you want to, or check out my latest post, or if you have any pictures or videos or anything like that, at me on the socials there. And again, I did post the Discord server link. If you have Discord, you can join that as well and send me pictures and videos. And also, you can talk to me as well. All right, Chief Forecaster David, I will go ahead and throw it back to Bryce or Zane.
Zane has actually gone to bed, but I will take it from here. Thank you, David. What's up? I can't hear what you're saying. Your internet's cutting out. Alrighty. So we're continuing to monitor this cluster of storms near Junction, just south of Junction now. 3 severe thunderstorm warnings on this. I'll go over them one by one. So first we have this main severe thunderstorm warning for Kimball County. This is for 1 inch in diameter size hail. This is that bright yellow box up at the top. 1 inch in diameter size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Although this hail core has largely diminished. Yeah, we're seeing even less than that. So luckily this severe threat seems to be going away at the moment. And then if our radar screen will pop back up, and then we have another warning down here. This is for, well, we have two polygons here overlapping each other. It's a little bit of a mess. Edwards and Kerr counties, again, hail in diameter of 1 inch. This box is going to expire any minute now, but then they did issue a new one for Edwards and Kerr County. Once again, that's the box that's a little bit taller, and this is including that new storm that is developed, and that is for hail, just a little bigger than quarter size hail, and that expires at 11:15 p.m. So about 30 minutes left on that. And then of course we do have flash flood warnings, a couple of them. I believe one will be expiring. The one for Menard County will be expiring at 11:15. And then of course we have this brand new flash flood warning for Kimball County, and that will be expiring at 1:15 a.m. and that is a considerable flash flood warning. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah. I'm trying to talk, David. I can't hear you and talk at the same time. Let's pull up our precipitation amount here. Over the past hour, I think rainfall rates have probably slowed down. Yeah, they have a little bit, but we can go and grab some amounts here. Maybe up to 2 inches of rain in some areas. Maybe some pockets, 3 inches of rain there north of Junction within the past hour. Again, these are just amounts within the past hour. And then if we were to talk like past 3 hours, past 6 hours, it would be including the Menard area as well. There was a lot more heavy rain. The rainfall amounts have definitely slowed down, which is a good sign, but still a flash flooding threat that we need to keep an eye on here in Kimball County. And now moving towards Kerr and Edwards counties just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and pull our radar back up here. Any minute now it should load. All right, a little bit of a delay here on getting that radar back up. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. All right, yeah, let's take a look at that hail core down south. This is now the more impressive end of the storm. We're now looking at little pockets there, maybe 2 inches of hail according to our KATX hail tracker, but more realistically, probably 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter. Yeah, but yes, this southern end of the storm is definitely looking more impressive. We've kind of watched this storm evolve over the past few hours here, and this new development to the south along US 377, definitely the more impressive side of things. All right, one of the other neat things that we can do with some of our KATX weather maps is we can pull up lightning density over the past 30 minutes. We can see where the lightning has been hitting in the Junction area. Let's go ahead and that's not it. That's more like it. So yeah, lots of lightning strikes there south of Junction, even some north of Junction as this storm has kind of moved along. Barely any near you. But yeah, that's something that we've been keeping an eye on. is, of course, lightning, of course, when thunder roars, head endures. I don't think that's anything. Yeah, we were just taking a look at the velocity there and talking about it in our back channels. I don't really think that's anything super concerning. And clearly the National Weather Service doesn't either. So this is mainly a hail event and, of course, some gusty winds as well. So we're talking about, we are talking about wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour.
All right, I'm back. Chief Forecaster David here. Took a quick break there, but I'm back now. We're probably going to be wrapping up the stream here in the next 20 to 30 minutes here. We're just going to be here a little bit longer just in case the storm tries to do anything. But again, the other thing we're noticing is some hail, and they've actually weakened the severe warning. They're saying it's quarter-size hail now, possibly for Edwards and Kerr County until 11:15, where we have a severe warning currently in effect. So we'll continue to monitor this very closely. Take a look at our hail tracker here. Let's see what this is showing. And our hail tracker is indicating some larger than quarter-size hail, possibly. Maybe over 2-inch size hail may be possible. So we'll keep our eyes on that very closely. And velocity, anyone curious if there's anything trying to rotate? We're not seeing a whole lot right now. But some gusty winds for sure, and we'll continue to monitor it closely. Let's go ahead. Let's zoom out. We'll go state of Texas mode. Take a quick break on the storm. Again, not a whole lot. It's just that one storm that's just being extra in, I guess you could say, Central Texas. Let's go towards the Panhandle here. Let's see if we have anything. Okay, we still have that severe warning in the Panhandle. And if I'm correct, this is a low-grade warning. That's for 1-inch size hail and maybe 60 mile per hour winds. Oh, no, okay, it's a considerable tag. So 70 mile per hour winds. So it's not a low-grade warning, but still an intense storm. And then going a little bit more northeast here, there is a special weather statement. And then going further northeast again, another severe warning. And then going a bit southeast, there's a special weather statement over towards Oklahoma City right now. All right, across Kansas, as we've had some storms, severe storms. Nothing looks severe anymore. Some good old strong storms. Nebraska, let's take a look at that. We've had some tornadoes over there, and I'm not seeing any tornadoes right now, but let's take a look at this here, where we actually have a little Boeing line of storms right now. There's only 3 severe warnings across the country, 2 in Texas and 1 in Nebraska. And just look at this. Strong winds, anywhere from Hastings down to Red Cloud. This is definitely a damaging wind threat. I mean, you can see the line here. Let's take a look at our latest track here. It doesn't tell me. Oh, it has a time, so it doesn't give me the best time still. But around the Roseland area, or it's already there. About 10:58. Oh, there we go. So potentially by 11:02 could be in Lawrence, the worst of the storm. 11:12 by Fairfield, Clay Center, maybe around 11:17 for the worst of the storm for the arrival times. So something we'll keep our eyes on right now. Taking a look at velocity here, just to be safe, as we again had reports of some tornadoes in this area. Oh my gosh, as you can see, gusty winds for sure. It's nasty. Yeah, new tornado warning just got issued. Glad we're tracking this area. New tornado warning has been issued. I don't really see rotation. What do you see? Okay. Oh, I did not see that. Okay. Yes. So the tornado warning got issued because of this area. I did not see that. My eyes is like, okay, it's green and red, and like it's nothing. But yeah, in this area, there's potentially some rotation, and something happened. Downloading new scan or patchy scan. So again, definitely something we'll keep our eyes on here in the next several minutes. So again, new tornado warning. This is in southern Nebraska. This is the potential area of spin, and it does line up with the radar. And this makes me a little bit curious here. As this little storm, either I think it's going to move northwest maybe. So I wonder if this storm could try to come collide together maybe, and maybe potentially make a weak tornado possible could develop. I don't know, just a thought here. I've seen this happen before as well, where it always moves northeast and it always tries to wrap around and develop a hook. We'll see what happens. It might not happen this time, but it could. But keep our eyes on it very closely. And again, not very little areas where we have that rotation for you right now. So the tornado warning, this goes into how long? 11:15 Central Time for this tornado warning. So again, we'll watch it very closely as we're taking a look in southern Nebraska right now. Sorry for using some background noise. So let's go back to central Texas here, where we're tracking a severe warning right now. Just outside of the KATX viewing area. We previously had a severe warning, but that has disappeared or is gone now, and the flashlight warning's off to our west. So again, just then way off to the north of Uvalde is where we have some intense storms. But look at these storms. Definitely something we'll keep our eyes on with these. And again, an intensifying hail core just to the north of the Rock Springs area right now, northwest of Rock Springs, in northeast of Rock Springs, sorry, and then south of Junction in the central Texas area, or western central Texas right now. Now switching over to velocity here. Looks like it's already at velocity, so it's probably loading. So here's velocity, and I'm not seeing a whole lot. Again, gusty winds, and again, we'll continue to monitor this very closely. So severe warning to 11:15, just like that tornado warning in the southern Nebraska. And again, we'll continue to watch this closely. So I plan to have the stream running to 11:15. Because we have that tornado warning and the severe warning should end at 11:15. So I'm a little curious if they'll extend warnings or anything like that. So we'll continue our stream until 11:15. So that's what I got for now. I'm going to check some socials real quick. I'll be back around 11:05 or 11:10. And we'll probably wrap it up when I come back next time. Chief Forecaster David here. We're back with another update on the severe weather. Again, my social is on the bottom of the screen. Check them out. At me on social if you have a picture or video, or follow me on social. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to say them. But now let's talk about the weather here. Look at this. We actually have a hail core spike just to the way south of Junction, but this is way out to the northeast of Rock Springs, where we currently have a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's take a look at our latest hail tracker with this severe warning right now, and our hail tracker is showing up to quarter size hail, maybe even bigger than that, maybe 2-inch size hail possible with this. And taking a look at velocity, again, we're just trying to be safe because the storm has that history of producing a tornado, and right now we're not seeing a whole lot, but again, this is a newer storm, kind of a newer storm, but still something we'll keep our eyes on right now. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the northern Burnett County and the San Saba area. We were noticing some new storms developing. Just a little curious, the storms were able to survive. So they were able to survive. So these storms actually may become strong just north of Land Passes, near the Goldthwait area. I know some rain recently fell in the Goldthwait area. I believe that was a strong storm earlier this evening. It was like a new storm about to roll through your guys' area. So something we'll keep our eyes on right now. So let's go ahead. Let's go further north here. Let's go back to Nebraska, where we have tornado. I believe we have, hopefully, I don't know if that tornado warning is still in effect. It might be. So let's go ahead, go into, it is, okay. So Nebraska still under a tornado warning right now. Here's the latest on this, as we get a better look to the radar in just a second. So here we are with the better look. And well, I was right. I said this would become a hook and something like this would happen. I said this like a few minutes ago, and it happened. I was right. All right. Anyways, I'm not glad I was right, but I was right. Anyways, we have rotation. This is broad rotation. I mean, this is a classic looking rotating storm right now. Again, where we have it meeting the red and green. Red is coming towards the radar, green is going away from the radar, and when they meet together, that means it's rotation and something's trying to be on the ground, and this is what we're getting right now in this general area southeast of Lawrence. So I'm hoping you guys are taking your tornado precautions right now if you're between Lawrence and Nelson right now in southern Nebraska. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more here and see if any towns pop up. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. Do any towns, any roads pop up here? It looks like it. Yes, definitely a rural. I cannot pronounce that for some reason. A rural area. Oh, okay. I had another tab open that was talking for some reason. All right, sorry about that. So again, here's what we got. Rotating storm. Right. Is this where we have storm chasers or something? Where's those dots? What are those dots? Oh, those roads. Okay, roads. So again, guys, from where I have my computer set up, it's pretty far from where I'm at. So it looks like something else than what you guys would see close up on your phone or whatever. So apologize on that. But again, an intensifying storm. This is probably one of the nasty looking storms I've seen today. Well, again, I've been on and off with weather today, but now I'm back at it. So again, definitely a quite interesting storm with this. And again, this is a tornado warning to 11:15 out in southern Nebraska right now. So again, if you're anywhere between Lawrence and Nelson in Nebraska, or if you know anyone in those areas, hopefully you're telling them to take shelter, and hopefully they're in shelter right now. But just look at this nasty looking storm, and new scan just came in, and it has dropped. Tornado rotation is gone. Rotation's gone. I mean, if you could argue, I guess there's some very weak rotation, very left-heavy rotation. However, not super concerned about it as of right now. So overall, we'll keep our eyes on it, but that storm has really weakened in southern Nebraska. All right, let's go back to central west Texas now and give a final update on that warning. We're going to wrap up our stream here after this. Again, we've been live for a few hours, so YouTube is probably like, all right, We have enough people streaming tonight. We need to wrap things up. So don't worry, YouTube. We're getting that dealt with here. I'm sure many people have ended their severe weather coverage probably. So we'll be part of that list in just about 2 or 4 more minutes. So again, severe warning. Again, the hail core is weakened quite a bit actually, but still seeing some quarter-size hail and 60 mile-per-hour winds. So we're actually seeing a weakening trend with this severe warning. So Kimball, oh, okay, that's not right. That's not right. Ignore those counties on there. Mason County is not included. That's all right. Again, Edwards, Kirk County is under a severe warning till 11:15 for 1-inch size hail and 60 mile-per-hour winds. Let's go ahead and zoom into the storm actually a little bit more here. Let's see here. Let's go a little bit further south just a little bit. There we go. So again, here's the worst of the storm. Definitely a large hail core like this, and it is weakening. Do we have any cities, towns, or any roads that pop up? Let's say it might be a rural area from what I'm seeing right now. Let's take a look at our hail tracker here. And our hail tracker is showing at least quarter-size hail, maybe smaller than that. And to be safe, take a look at velocity. Our velocity, we'll keep our eyes on the velocity. However, I'm not saying a whole lot of velocity right now, so I think we're okay in the clear for that. So anyways, let's zoom back to the KATX reading area. Again, I'm not seeing a whole lot anymore. Storms are overall dying down. I won't be surprised. Maybe towards Nebraska, a few more tornado warnings could get issued, or severe warnings could get issued here in the next several minutes to the next few hours, or next hour or two, possibly in Nebraska. In Texas, there could be a few more warnings, possibly off just to the southwest of our viewing area. However, we'll keep our eyes on that. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching for the past few hours. It's 11:10 now. We're going to wrap it up here. We'll possibly have another live stream tomorrow night because we're going to have a very similar weather setup that we're having tonight for tomorrow night. And then we'll most likely have a live radar loop stream as we have a decent flash flood threat on Sunday morning into the Sunday afternoon. So we'll have a radar loop possibly on Sunday. Actually, after severe weather coverage overnight on Saturday, we may just start a live stream right after it and just be a live radar loop into Sunday afternoon maybe, because the next round of rain is going to be very soon after the storms tomorrow night. And then I see hot weather in the forecast and humid weather next week for the Austin and San Antonio area. All right, Bryce, do you have anything you want to say? All right. So yeah, that's nothing to say, guys. And that's pretty much it. Again, if you guys want to follow me on social and stuff, the handles will be on the screen. Just search me up on those. Follow me. Check out my latest post with upcoming weather events possibly. And get updated warnings, watches, forecast, and much more. And again, if you guys want updated live streams, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so you get notified when a live stream or even a video comes out. And videos are kind of rare on the channel. I usually don't post videos as much. It's more live streams, but sometimes I will post a video here and there. All right, 11:11 is the time. I'll see you guys back here possibly tomorrow night. We'll potentially have more newscast, or not newscast. We'll potentially have another live coverage, weather coverage tomorrow night. So take care. Chief Forecaster David, and we'll see you guys back here in another broadcast. Have a great weekend.